What is up, my friends? How are we? You are very welcome along to another match day here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds travel down to Craven Cottage to take on Fulham. The big team news: no Hugo Ekitike in the squad. He has a minor fitness issue. Well, that's what the club are saying anyway. So there is no Hugo Ekitike in the 11. The starting 11 is there on screen for you, and I will go through it momentarily. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we are being brought to you today with thanks to our friends at Big Up, and we'll take you through my predictions and how you can enter our latest round of predictions game soon. But until then, let's start talking about this Liverpool starting 11. The 11 taken to the pitch today for the Reds: Alisson, Van Dijk, Kanade, Kirkes, Wirtz, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Bradley, Jones, Gakpo and Gravenberch. Now we'll try to figure out exactly who is where momentarily. On the bench: Mamadashvili, Woodman, Gomez, Chiesa, Robbo, Frimpong, Nioni, Ramsey, Engamoa. So Liverpool having no recognised number 9 in the squad at all today. Well, unless you want to call Chiesa a number 9. But none of our summer recruits available for the manager today. We knew Isak obviously wasn't going to be around. But Hugo Ekitike, well, that's a little bit of a knock, isn't it? So I hope you're all well. I hope you're all in good spirits. And fingers crossed we can get a much needed 3 points today. Liz, happy match day to you as well, my friend. Appreciate you coming in to join us. Hope you're having a good weekend. And everybody else, how are we? It's a bit weird, isn't it? 3 p.m. kickoff on a Sunday. It's not one that we're very used to, but it's better than 2 p.m. kickoff, I guess. At least for me anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I did mention, today we are being brought to you with thanks to our friends at Big Up. And don't forget to come and join us over there on Big Up, a platform where you can play our predictions game to add a little bit more competition to our watch-alongs. Predictions on Big Up is a sweepstakes game where you can win fantastic prizes, and there is even a free-to-play option. Download the Big Up iOS app or head over to bigup.com. Click on the Anfield Agenda watch-along predictions game. You'll see a list of 6 yes or no questions for our game. You have to answer at least 2 of them, but of course you can answer all the way up to 6. And then enter your entry amount. In Power Play, you must get every selection correct, as there are 2 options to play: Power Play and Flex Play. In Power Play, you must get every one of your selections correct to win a prize. However, in Flex Play, even if one of your selections loses, you can still win yourself a prize as long as you've got a minimum of 3 selections. When you join Big Up and play your first predictions game, you'll receive $5 or 500 big bucks as a thank you from our friends over there. You can use that for future predictions games or to tip your favourite content creators. It is 18th plus only, and I will take you through my picks momentarily so we can have a chat about what you think on them. Happy match day, said Elks. Flying to Maryland today for a new job. Well, congratulations. That's awesome, dude. New job. Well done, you. Wishing you nothing but the best, and hopefully lots of money in the future as well. Nothing wrong with a few bob. The real Johnny Sins hates. How are you, dude? I'd much prefer Gakpo at striker than at the wing, to be honest. I honestly, mate, I'm coming into today's game and I haven't got a clue what to expect. I really don't. I don't have any idea which version of Liverpool is going to show up, how optimistic or not I should be. I'm just hoping, as always, for the 3 points and the win. Some big games this weekend, of course. We've seen Arsenal already pick up their victory. We know that Manchester City taking on Chelsea as well. So there's lots and lots to look back on, and we just got to keep trying to pick up our 3 points. I know we are the walking wounded at the minute. The manager has plenty of injuries to deal with, but it's the Premier League. They're going to come. It's going to happen, and we've got to try and figure out a way to go and get the win. It's never easy when you go to Craven Cottage. Fulham are a good side, and they're certainly not going to make it an easy afternoon for us. So whatever you guys have done over the weekend, I hope it's been a good one. I'm mentally checked out for the rest of the season. It is what it is. Can't be asked anymore, said Nomad. Roll on next season. I don't think you're on your own. The energy levels and the anticipation levels amongst Reds at the minute is measurably lower. You can sense it when you're chatting around the fan base, because people just, as you said, mate, just don't know what to expect. And yeah, I'm trying to be optimistic, like I was last week. I'm trying to be optimistic, but this is a harder trip than the game we had last week, and we still did manage to win that one. So I'm hoping today we can rescue something because we do need to get a victory. Of course, we know we've got games coming up thick and fast. Arsenal coming up on Thursday. I'll be chatting with my mate Lee Gunner ahead of that one as well on here, and then I'll be going over to Lee's channel for a fan cam reaction after the game as well. So I'm looking forward to catching up with Lee. Then we know we've got Barnsley, of course, coming up after that in the FA Cup on the Monday. So, today has to be 3 points. I heard that Slot might leave this summer as he has only one more year left. Well, I've been saying for the last week or two that my information is that he's gone in the summer. And you're right, he does only have 1 year left then at the end of the summer from the 3 years when he signed to the club. Now, I can't imagine that contract extension that was being much discussed is really going to be going his way as things currently stand. But look, I'm not even going to try and hide my disdain anymore. I'm really frustrated with the manager. I'm really frustrated with a lot of the way he has us playing football. But I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm always going to want us to get 3 points. And yeah, I'm trying to put an optimistic face on it, folks. But not going to lie, these weeks are getting harder and harder because not only are we not playing well, the results have been sketchy. Although we've unbeaten in 8. It's weird to say out loud. We're unbeaten in 8, but we're not playing well, and the results do still feel sketchy. I don't know if I'm on my own with that one, but let's see what you think and do let me know in the comments. Man United just equalised. There you go. I haven't got that game on, actually, to be honest, Christina. I've got the Birmingham Coventry game on in the background here because that's the channel that Liverpool's match will be on soon. There couldn't be too long to go on that game either, what? United's game, what was it, a 12:30 kickoff? So they probably have about 20-25 to go on that one. It was 0-0 actually when I'd started. I was watching some of the first half before I was jumping on to do the watch along, and it was 0-0. So obviously it got a bit more action packed since I last tuned in. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I did say to you I was going to take you through my picks for this one, and this is exactly what I've gone for in our predictions game today. And remember, there's still plenty of time to come across and join us. And I've made 4 selections today in my power play. We have decided that Hugo Ekitike would score a goal. Well, that's already out the window because he's out with a matchday squad. So it's not looking great for me today. Hugo Ekitike not in the squad. So that's not going to give me much of a chance there. But that's what we went for anyway. So that's on us. Over 3 cards in the match. We said yes, that would happen. There'll be under 3 goals in this match. We've said no. We're backing there to be goals in it. And Raul Jimenez will score a goal or give an assist. We've said no. But the other questions available to you today were... the score will be tied at half time. You could have had a yes or no answer to that one. Wirtz will score a goal or give an assist. Again, simple yes or no questions. And Harry Wilson will score a goal or give an assist. Yes or no question again. Remember, it is over 18s only, and we thank you for your participation, for your support, and I hope you've got better luck than I'm going to have today by the looks of it with the bad news on Hugo Ekitike. The real Johnny Sins Hate said, was it Anfield on New Year's Day? I swear to God, every Scouser I spoke to, young or old, told me Arna has to go. Atmosphere toxic at the end. Dude, I've spoken to many Reds. Some that I've known all my life, some that I've got to know over the last few years. And there's nobody I know that's happy with the performances. Nobody. There are people who are patient, of course. There are always going to be Liverpool fans or any football club fans who are more patient than others. But nobody's enjoying it. And one thing that's coming across, even from what the journalists are writing, is that the style of play just isn't quite there. And I don't think any of us can really deny that. But it is a points business. It's a win business. So if we can go to Craven Cottage and get a win today, cement our place into that top 4, certainly not going to be doing us any harm. The fixtures are getting more difficult now as the weeks go on. As I mentioned, we've got Arsenal away coming up, Marseille away coming up. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we can get the job done at Craven Cottage. We'll take you through the Fulham team now, as that's just dropped in here to my lap. So for Fulham, it's Leno in goal. Then it's a back 4 of Diop, Anderson, Cuenca and Castagna. Then it's a midfield of Lukic and Kearney with Wilson, Smith Rowe and Robinson and Raul Jimenez up top. That is the starting 11 for Fulham. So do you do anything exciting on your Saturday? Or are you all as dull and boring as I am? Because, as I keep telling you, I'm a pretty boring individual. Don't go out and do too much. But I do have my coffee on the go, as always. Yes, mate, Hugo is injured, unfortunately. The club have just said Hugo Ekitike misses out due to a minor fitness issue. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at the minute, unfortunately. Derek, how are you, bro? Happy match day to you as well, mate. Hope you're well. I don't know about you, Derek, but where I am at the minute, bro, it's absolutely freezing. Had a look out the window and it still hasn't defrosted outside, and we're nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It is very cold here at the minute. Andrew said, who would you want in charge of Liverpool next? I don't know. Simple as that. And I'm not trying to be dismissive, Andrew. I haven't really given it much thought, and it depends on the timing of it all. So, if Arner was removed from his job next week, well, you'd have to look around and see, is it going to be an interim boss, or are they going to go somebody full time? I mean, you could do worse than, let's say, bring in the likes of Johnny Heidegger for the rest of the season. And from what I understand, the club would be a bit reticent to bring in Gerrard just in case he starts to do really well, and then a groundswell of support comes up, and everybody, I think, should agree that Gerrard long term wouldn't be the right choice. And then after that, I don't know who's available in the summer. Will Nagelsmann be around after the World Cup? Would that be too late? It might be, because he'd have to have a whole pre-season in down with the Reds. Is Alonso going to be removed from his Real Madrid job? Would that be an option for us? So yeah, truth is, I really don't know. And I've been honest about that all the way through. But I guess it's not my job and your job and anybody else's job to figure that one out. But, we as Liverpool fans just know, well, most of us, that what we're seeing we're not happy with. El Stew said, Saturday had dinner at my mother's and spent a few hours at the bottom of the garden in the snow with my fire bin. Nice. Well, then you enjoy. I'm too much of a coward to go outside in the cold, mate. Honestly, I need to be wrapped up warm, me. I'm a very soft creature. So outside with a fire bin, bottom of the garden in the snow, that sounds like, no, that sounds so far removed from me, bro, as possible. Luis Enrique's the dream, but it's impossible. Yeah, he's not going to be leaving Paris Saint-Germain anytime soon, is he? And it looks like they're going to offer him basically a contract for life. That's, the words that are floating around. And who can blame them? He's delivered them the Holy Grail, which was, of course, the Champions League. Soft-centered, warm creature. That probably suits me, yeah. Soft-centered, that's probably the one. Frimpong, great game. What does Slot do? Bench him. No, is he not in the team? No, is he in the team? I thought Frimpong was in the team, though. 1 second. No, he wasn't. No, sorry. There was a league team sent to us beforehand, and it wasn't correct, actually. So yeah, you're right. Benches him. So the Liverpool 11, Bradley at right back, Kirkes at left back, Canada and Van Dijk in the centre, then Gravenberch, Curtis Jones, Dominic Szoboszlai, Alexis McAllister, Florian Wirtz and Cody Gakpo. Yeah, it is a weird one, because as you said, Frimpong was able to take a man on, was able to get a cross in, unless the manager feels like 2 games in quick succession like that, coming back from a timeout is too much for Jeremy Frimpong, I don't know. But, you would think if he was available, he'd be putting him straight into the 11. Or should be putting him straight into the 11. Ahmed, thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Hope you're well, sir. So it's just finished in that game of the Championship there, between Birmingham and Coventry. I think Birmingham got the win by 3-2. So now it's all focus on the Reds. We have We've a nice solid hour now to kick off, folks. So plenty of time to get your comments in. Plenty of time to get over and enter our big up game predictions game. See if you can't do a little bit better than us. Liz said I can walk short distances now. Nice. I'm working hard to be the best I can be. Proud of you, Liz. As always, proud of you. We are, like I said, trying to put together that special little something to send over to you. We're just we're shopping at the minute, Liz. We're shopping to see if we can't find the stuff we need to put together the Anfield Agenda special merch boxes that we want, and we want to send one over to you, of course, as soon as we do. Connor said happier with Gakpo central than left wing, to be honest, but should be decent there. I just want someone to put the ball in the net, Connor. Somebody put the ball. It could be worse. Could have spent the day cleaning out with slurry pit unsuccessfully, Crosby. So, it could be worse, mate. Could be worse. Sorry, that's a very Connor and Craig joke there. Just ask him how we got on this morning. Yeah. You know the way we often say we're in the shit at home? It was a quite literal experience for Crosby. Right, that's 2 cups of coffee done. We're 2 cups of coffee into the day now. Septic tank, get it right. Sorry, Connor. I don't speak culture. You'll have to bear with me, Crosby. I don't speak culture. I'm a dub where I'm used to having, all our sanitary needs available to us, sort of having to jump in tanks. Silly me. Silly big city boy. Minus 27 degrees. Oh my God, in Montreal. Minus 27. There's no chance I'm moving anywhere. I'd have to have the car boot open, reversed up to the front door so I could drive straight into the boot and crawl my way to the front of the car. That's the only way you're getting me outside. Minus 27. Toilet no work, flush no flow, shit no move. Just go shit in the back garden. Simple, stop being posh about it. Wasting your time trying to clean out the septic tank, just go shit in the garden. Simple as that. Job done. Have we taught you nothing over the years, Connor? Do. Mr. Oh, I need a toilet. Oh, look at me. I'm too good to be outside. It's good enough for the animals, Crosby. If it's good enough for the animals, get yourself a nice big litter box in the back garden. Away you go. Do. How was Gakpo, our starting centre forward, says Shy-Town Red? I don't know. I'm going to have to plead the fifth on that, mate. It's the only one we have available, basically. Do. Oh, there's Arnott getting interviewed now by Sky ahead of the game. Obviously, I can't hear what he's saying, but I'm looking at his lips and I'm feeling annoyed just looking at him. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I am. Oh, when the Reds go marching in. What have we got? Live Air Bird Army, how are you? Happy New Year. Is there any truth in the Real Madrid wanting to sell Trent for 40 million with Man City, Man United, Newcastle interest? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any truth to it whatsoever. 40 million, look, that would turn them a profit, wouldn't it? But there's no way on earth I can see Trent Alexander-Arnold even contemplating the idea of going to either of the Manchester clubs. After that, I couldn't really say, but no, I don't think there's anything to it because it would just be madness. And I actually think they could get more than that money as well if they wanted to sell him. But he's a whole lot of not our problem. He's, he knew best. Off to Madrid he went. Speaking of known best, by the way, don't forget, come across, do check out our Big Up predictions game for the day. If you didn't know, over on our Big Up, a community-based platform where you can play a predictions game for every Anfield Agenda watch-along predictions game today is open. It's a Big Up sweepstakes game where you can win fantastic prizes and there is even a free-to-play entry. Download the Big Up iOS app, head over to bigup.com or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of the screen. Select the Anfield Agenda Fulham watch-along. You'll see the list of 6 questions in the prediction section for the game, all with yes or no answers. Answer at least 2 of the prediction questions, choose your entry amount and pick power play or your flex play option. In power play, you must get every selection correct to win a prize. However, in flex play, you can still get one of your selections incorrect as long as you've selected 3 or more selections and still win a prize. When you join Big Up and play your first predictions game, you'll automatically receive $5 or 500 big bucks as a thank you. This can be used for future predictions games or to gift to your favourite content creator, whomever that may be, even if he isn't bald, Irish, wearing a red Liverpool top and talking very handsomely. You also have to remember that it is 18 years or over. How can you talk handsomely? Can anybody explain why I just said that? Because I can't. How you can talk handsomely? I don't know, but I'm saying it now. I'm a very handsome talker, don't you know? That's going in the notebook. That's there with overneath and all the other nonsense, or happy and all the other nonsense that have come out of my mouth over the years. So yes, there you go. I'm a handsome talker. Craig, Connor, what's your prediction? Our prediction's kind of gone out the window a little bit already. This is our prediction there. There will be 3 goals in the match. We've said no. Hugo Ekitike will score a goal. We've said yes, but he ain't playing because he's injured. So our prediction's gone bye-bye. So you have a great chance to beat me this week. Raul Jimenez to score a goal or have an assist. We've said no. And there will be over 3 cards in the match. We've said yes. But as you can see, without Ugo not starting, you've already got a chance to get up on us and get up that leaderboard. So I'll be keeping an eye on the leaderboard throughout the game to see who's doing well and who isn't. And yeah, I won't have to look up the leaderboard for myself today. I'll be very much looking downwards. I think my missus is trying to cook me, ladies and gentlemen. I think she's trying to cook me. I think she is. I'm almost broiled at this point. FC Pitside, how are you? Watch Villa 3 passes max before making a line breaking pass. We barely do that. We'd rather spend the whole game always backwards and sideways. Ridiculous. Yeah, I watched Villa playing. It was a good game. I did enjoy the Villa game. And they do move the ball quickly and they are direct. So we talked about the how to break down a low block comments from Arna the other day. And he said there are basically 2 ways to do it. You either take your man on 1-on-1 with speed or a set piece. Of course, then Virgil comes out and he talks about how you can break down a low block, and it was quite different. Virgil talked about moving the ball and creating overloads, which is what I've been banging on about for a long time. So even there you can see the simplest of ideas between the 2 of them. Very different. And I'm sticking on Virgil's side. I think move the ball quicker, create overloads, and stop being so obvious and playing in front of every team. Craig, is the Hugo option void and big up? I don't know, Scotty. I don't know, mate. It's not my game. I don't run the website, bro. I just make my selections and today make my selections and take my beating. Take my beating indeed. Which is you know what I don't like losing. I don't like losing, Scotty. So James Pearce said Hugo picked up a slight hamstring injury because we had to play him more and more minutes. Hopefully he'll be back for the Arsenal game. So, yeah, apparently when you play players, that means that they can't play anymore, according to Arne's law. So whatever level of fitness shit we have going on, I don't know what it is, but apparently all those players that came in the summer, none of them are available to play 90 minutes because he always takes Wirtz off. He always takes Ekitike off. You would think at this point in January that we'd get to a point where our starting 11 or the players the manager wants to play are able to actually play 90 minutes. This is something that really confuses me, by the way. I understand it for August, September, maybe even into October. But we're now in January and we still haven't got players with the ability to play 90 minutes. And the manager will put that down to a few things, injuries being one of them, and then I'll counter that by saying, well, that's because you're not using all your options, and we end up back here every single week. So we feeling positive for a result today, folks, in the chat. What we saying? Is it going to be a day of victory for the Reds? It's never an easy hunting ground, Craven Cottage. It's always a difficult game. Ay, ay, ay. Da, 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 da. Right, what have we got? Hugo picked up an injury due to our tiny squad. Yep, exactly. He always neglects to leave out the whole story when he talks about these type of things. And the fact that he doesn't play, he doesn't play Rio, he doesn't play Chiesa, Salah's at the AFCON, Isak's out injured. You know, he neglects half the reasoning why players aren't available because it just suits him to moan about why they're not available more. Liam Lee James said, I'm not confident, to be honest. 2-2 for No Lie Eli. I feel like we'll have some luck on our side. I hope we do. Some luck on our side to be very welcome. I'm very much on the 2-2 side as well. That's what I went for in my prediction. I went for a draw. Theo LFC said, what is this 11? We need Rio. It's the best 11 the manager feels he has available to him today, my man. I'll talk you through the bench in a second. Let me just run through the bench for you as well. So the starting 11, as you can see, is Alisson in goal, Bradley at right back, Kirk is at left back, Kanade and Van Dijk in the centre back positions, Gravenberch and Curtis Jones in midfield. Then it is Szoboszlai, McAllister and Wirtz tucked in behind Gakpo. On the bench today for the Reds, Mamardashvili, Woodman, Gomez, Chiesa, Robbo, Frimpong, Nioni, Ramsey and Rio Ngamoa. That is your Liverpool bench. Who's ready for the Fede and Rio dead minutes again? Well, thank you, Luke, for being with us as a member for 13 months, bro. And look, I hope they get on beforehand. And I think they'll have to today, in all honesty. I think he'll have to give them more minutes because he just simply needs the squad numbers. And if we need any attacking talent from the bench whatsoever, well, they're the only players really there and available to him. So I think he'll have to utilise them. I mean, let's look at those attacking options on the bench. It is Chiesa, it is Frimpong, and it is Ngamoa. That's it. You know, the rest we're talking goalkeepers. It's good to see Joe Gomez back on the bench, by the way. That is good news for the Reds, although, again, don't expect too many minutes out of him if he is needed, as he is just coming back from that hamstring issue. If Gakpo was still hurt, he'd find a way to play Dom up front before Fede. Well, Gakpo is available today, and, you know, he is playing up top, so let's just take it from there and see what happens. I feel like Jerome said, I think I'd hate to play for this guy unless it was named Cody Gakpo. Here, can I read you out something, actually, on Cody Gakpo that was sent to me yesterday, and I just want to read this out to you for a second. 1 second. Where are we on? Stream notes. Right, so this was posted by LFC Just 2. Said, the data makes the case irrefutable. When a player in the 90th percentile for progressive passes received has a pass completion rate in the 29th percentile and a take-on success rate in the 20th percentile, yet continues to be the primary outlet of your attacking system, you don't have a player problem, you have a coaching problem. So again, I'll read it through. When a player in the 90th percentile for progressive passes received has a pass completion rate in the 29th percentile and a take-on success rate in the 20th percentile, yet continues to be the primary outlet for your attacking system, you don't have a player problem, you have a system problem. So there, as you can see, the tide is starting to turn now, and people are having more and more conversations around the manager not being good enough. And I'm somewhat relieved at it, because it's better than us all being told we're angry lunatics every week. But I do again ask why it takes these people so long to see what is there and what is clear. His decision making and his squad selection and the way he's used players has been shambolic. And now people are just starting to write about it. Even Gorst and the boys in the Echo are writing about the lack of substance, the lack of style in the way we play, and the lack of an identity. Martin Lawrence said, Isak aside, in my opinion, our injury issues comes down to Arna overplaying his favourites, not using available options, not confident of a result. I honestly don't know how to feel about the game, because even when we're playing well, I always think Fulham away is a tricky enough game. So I'm not sure how I feel on the result-wise, but I'm not expecting a great performance. You know, we might get a win, and look, if we do get a win, I'll be very happy about that. Make no mistake. But I'm not expecting a sumptuous, open, free-flowing Liverpool performance today. Pyro said, you're a big inspiration to me, Craig. Thank you. I don't know what I've done to deserve that, mate, but thank you. And happy anniversary with us as a year now as a member, bro. Really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much for that. And happy anniversary. Just as I say that, I'm stressing in my head going, shit, when is your actual anniversary, Craig? And then I remembered it's not for a while yet. So I'm all right, folks. The good news is I'm not in trouble on that front. Yeah. Don't want to jinx it, said El Stu, but I'm predicting goals from Cody and Wirtz. Hey, look, if they come in, bro, I will be happy. Don't ever feel like jinxing a positive comment, mate. You keep the positive comments coming, El Stu. I don't mind who scores today. I'd love a Vert's goal though, to be honest, to keep that good run of his going and hopefully keep the confidence building. I do feel a little bit, not confused because I can sort of understand the reasoning for it, but I feel a tad disappointed we don't see Frimpong in the starting 11 today. Cameron said not being sustainably good since the Champions League exit last year. Yep, and then we lost the League Cup, as I said, mate, after that, and then we kind of coasted the end of the season, and then we came back and we weren't playing great, but we were getting results, and then the chickens started coming home to roost. Jerome said, my prediction, 2-0 for Liverpool. Well, I hope you're correct, sir. I really do. A Liverpool victory would make my day an awful lot better. So, what are we saying? Leeds won, United won in that game, said Mark. How long is left in the battle of the Uniteds? Slot is not a risk taker, not a good quality of a coach. Truth? Question mark, said Tim. It's hard to know the answer to a lot of those questions, mate, isn't it? Without being in the dressing room and without being in and around the manager, we don't really know. So, he doesn't seem like the greatest man motivator. It doesn't look like the lads are fired up and ready to go out there every week. And the big question that I'm wondering is, does he know that he's treading water till the end of the season? I'm still trying to get to the bottom of that answer. Does he know that his job is most likely out the window in the summer? And by the way, what do we think of the darts? If we watch the darts, wow. Well done, Luke Littler. Absolute masterclass. Thoroughly deserved it. Van Veen will be back again. Great to see him make it to the final. But wow, Mr. Littler, back-to-back. One of only 4 to have done that now. And let's see if he can continue to push on and enjoy that £1 million check as well, which was well earned. So congratulations to Luke Littler. Thoroughly convincing, thoroughly deserving victory in the darts. And it's mad. I was sitting last night when the darts had finished and everyone had gone to bed in the house, and I was watching some NFL, but I was sitting there thinking, Christmas really is about the darts, isn't it? Like, I couldn't imagine a Christmas without having the darts in and around it. Like, it really is just the Christmas sport now. It's great. Eagles SB said, I'm telling you, Liverpool going to get beat 3-1 because Slot is clueless. I hope you're wrong, dude. I hope you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong on the clueless part, but I do hope you're wrong on the result part, because I want to win. It's mad to think we have 9 games this month in total. Like, 9 games. It's crazy. This is game number 2 of what is going to be a very hectic month for the Reds. Texans to the playoffs, Craig, let's go. Said, I feel like Jerome. Some very weird scores and games yesterday, wasn't there? In the NFL. Like, it's very, very strange. Like, looking forward to the Steelers game tonight. That one's going to be an interesting one. That should be worth a watch. Rich J. Burt said, this lineup, Craig. Yeah, look, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. The manager can only, I guess, pick who's available to him. And, looking on the bench, the only argument you could probably make are, should Frimpong be in and Chiesa and Ngamoa? But look, we know the answer to the Chiesa and Ngamoa questions. They ain't ever going to get a chance, really. So do hit those likes for me, by the way, folks, before I forget, because we got to keep our great record up of getting 1,000 likes before every watch-along kicks off. So if you do have a moment, please do hit that like button for me. And as you can see in the top corner, we're just 92 subscribers away now from 367,000 in our wonderful Anfield Agenda community. If you'd like to submit your player ratings later on as well, don't forget to check out the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. You'll see the link to that in the description of this stream. Connor said, agree, but I've seen a lot of people say the darts final is ruined for them now because they mentally associate it with going back to work or school after the Christmas break. That's a good point as well. Because I was only thinking that yesterday myself, Connor. You know, my own young lad's back in school now tomorrow. And he's enjoyed the whole Christmas period off, of course, and spending time, you know, gaming and sleeping late and doing all the things teenagers do. So yeah, even for Sabrina now, it's back to the early morning starts and that. So yeah, totally understand where people are coming from there as well. But it's still a great thing over Christmas, isn't it? Especially during some of the afternoon sessions. It really did get me through some of the Christmas boredom. L. said, Craig, did you know if you translate Dublin from Gaelic to English, you get Blackpool? Do you not think I know what the Irish meaning of this the city I grew up in, Ballyochaclea, is, or Dublin, as you're trying to say? Yes, mate, I'm aware. Connor said Katie's very sad today and praying for snow. Katie, Connor's partner, is a teacher. So yeah, she's obviously praying for a snow day tomorrow. Eddie, how are we, bro? I think you meant to say I can't watch this manager anymore. Eddie, I'm not going to lie, mate, and I hate to say this, but every time I see him being interviewed now, I do kind of clench a little bit, shall we say, or tense up a little bit. That's probably a fairer phraseology. Right, folks, the predictions game is building and building as we have 37 minutes to go. So if you haven't entered and you think you've got what it takes, well, do come across and join us. The Big Up Predictions game is going to be your accompaniment to every Anfield Agenda watch along. We will have a corresponding predictions game over on Big Up. Predictions on Big Up is a sweepstakes game where you can win fantastic prizes, and there is even a free to play option. Download the Big Up iOS app or head over to bigup.com. Scan the QR code in the bottom corner of the screen is your other option. And you can click on the Anfield Agenda versus Fulham. That would be weird if we were playing Fulham. The Liverpool versus Fulham Anfield Agenda watch along. You'll see a list of 6 questions for the predictions, all of them with a yes or no answer. Answer at least 2 of the predictions questions. Choose your entry amount and then pick the power play or flex play option. In power play, like us today, you must get every single one of your selections right to win a prize, where in flex play, you can get one selection wrong and still win a prize as long as you've made a minimum of 3 selections. When you join Big Up and play your first predictions game, they will give you $5 or 500 big bucks, which is the online the big bucks is the currency on Big Up, where you can use that for future games or to tip your favorite content creator. You must be 18 years or over to play, and best of luck to everybody who has taken part in today's prediction game. You'll see, if you're looking for us on the leaderboard today, just look down, 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 down to down, 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 down to down, 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 down to down. Down, 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 down. Sorry, I have to cheer myself up somehow. And I haven't been singing for a few days, so someone put 50p in the idiot, and here we go. Connor said, theory, Slot gone in the summer, new manager now, probably wouldn't win the Champions League. Slot probably will get us top 4 due to other clubs' poor. Safer bet to change in the manager in the summer. Connor, why are you trying to troll me from our own account, bro? Come on. I don't know. Look, I would wonder what would happen, let's say, if Madrid sacked Alonso. I'd be very interested to see what would happen then. That would be an interesting one, because I can kind of understand the point you're making, but I still don't think it's right. Like, don't make me bring out my comparison to the girl that you're going out with that you don't really love anymore. But don't make me break it out, Crosby. There are kids watching, for Christ's sake, mate. Doom 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 doom. Another match full of sideways passing. Gakpo cut in, hoofing the ball while ignoring Kirkes. Your stream is the only reason I watch the games, Craig. Well, thank you, Nessie. And I hope that, for some reason, I hope we have an incisive way of playing today and we do move the ball quicker. But I say that more in hope than belief, Nessie. Al Stew said, my belief all about keep slot till the summer. For that reason, I got called mad for saying that. I don't think anybody called you mad for saying it, mate. I really don't remember anyone calling you mad. I remember people disagreeing with you because I was one of them. But I don't think it's mad. I still personally don't agree with it. And not with you, with the idea in general. Like, let's say I had a manager of my restaurant, and the restaurant wasn't doing well because the way the manager was managing the restaurant. And I could tell that I could steady the restaurant ship and at least stop the mistakes by bringing in a temporary manager or promoting somebody up to the manager's job. And then I could go about finding the right manager. I'd do it. I wouldn't just keep opening the restaurant every night and hoping that the fuck ups are in a minimum amount before I make a change. So I just don't see it. You know, if you know somebody isn't your guy or the right person, I just don't. I think it's a weird situation. Like, if you know it, they know it, we all know it. What's the point? What's the point? Like, better the devil you know. Well, the devil you know is failing. So why not just, get rid of the devil you know and bring in somebody else who could push us forward? Because one thing I would like to reiterate to everybody is that the run of results we've just gone through was in the easiest run of the season. So it is going to get harder from here on out. And I'm not feeling too optimistic that this man's the man to lead us through it. Kaz Mark said, hey Craig, congratulations everyone. Thanks for getting me through 2025. Toughest year yet. 2026 will be better for me, I'm sure. Sending strength to you. Well, I hope it is a better year for you, Kaz, and thank you for being around with us for 2025 and hopefully for 2026 as well. I hope it is a year filled full of happiness for all of you. 2025 was a bit of a mixed year for me on a personal level. Some good, some bad. Do you want to hear a really shit one? Do you want to hear how... And I had a tough day the other day. So my daughter got a car yesterday. My wife and I... She passed the driving test a few months ago. My wife and I ordered her a brand new car that she picked up yesterday. And she had the car and she was up with her friends. And they often meet up in this particular place. A lot of them, they drive and they have a chat and whatever. And some little shit went and egged her brand new car. Yeah. I'm still angry about it, to be honest. She has to go and get it washed, obviously, to make sure it's all right. But imagine being that much of a little asshole. And it was somebody she kind of didn't hang around with, but knows of. Went and just egged her brand new car. Yeah, that wound me up, to be honest with you. Because I know how much that meant to my wife being able to do that for her daughter. So, yeah, Saya was pretty wound up the other day. Yeah, still a bit wound up about it, to be honest. The builder had to talk me back from going out in blind rage looking for the little tow rag. Big Chill, how are we? Morning from Australia. Hope everyone is as good as can be. Speedy recovery, David, from your stroke. I did see that. Sorry, I meant to say that earlier on. Somebody said just had a stroke yesterday. And I forgot to say, I hope you feel better soon, mate. My apologies. David, I had a stroke last night in Tala Hospital watching you. Voice gone a bit, not great. For a ringmaster, will you give me a shout out, pal? Well, David, I hope that you are better soon, mate. I'm really sorry to hear about the stroke. At least you're here, compos mentis and with us, which is great news. And I do wish you a very speedy recovery, sir. Hi Craig, how are you? The lineup is questionable. I'm okay, thank you. On the lineup, it kind of is what it is. If the only thing I might have liked differently is Frimpong in there, but with no Ekitike, somebody's always going to have to fill that void in the middle. And today he went for Cody Gakpo. So let's see how Cody gets on. Christina said, oh my God, that's awful, Craig. Some right cretins out there. I just fell for her, Christina, because she was so chuffed, at getting her first brand new car, and she was over the moon. And so so proud, and she was just up talking with her mates. And yes, just kind of put her in a bit of a pissy humour because she had to go home and clean it and then hope that nothing got in. And then it got inside the boot lid. And just messy for no reason because some little shit. Well, look, there's a longer story to it, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. It's fixed now and clean now, and thankfully there was nothing wrong with the car. But yeah, not a great start for her. But at least, hopefully, that's the worst she has in it. If that's the worst, and she has happy motoring after that, I'll take that. George said, I don't see why FSG can't just bring in Johnny Heidinger. Sorry for the bad spelling. Don't ever apologise for that, my man. He had a good relationship with the players and the players understood each other. He had a great relationship with the players. I can't remember which journalist said it a while back, but that he did get on very well. He was very highly thought of by the players. Right, 28 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. 28 minutes to go. Still time to enter the Big Up competition if you haven't done so. Scan the QR code in the bottom right-hand corner or get yourself over to the bigup.com website. Check out the Anfield Agenda, Liverpool Fulham watch-along and enter your predictions game. Here's my Big Up predictions once again, even though Ekatike's messed me up because he hasn't made the Matchday squad today. So there will be under 3 goals in the match. We've said no. Ekatike will score a goal. Unfortunately, we said yes to that one. Raul Jimenez will score a goal or give an assist. We've said no. And there will be over 3 cards in the match. We've said yes. That is how simple it is. Simply go over and answer between 2 and 6 yes/no questions. Choose whether you want to play power play or you want to play flex play. And remember, it is over 18s only. And best of luck to everybody. We hope you all win prizes. And don't forget, if you're entering your first predictions game on Big Up as well, they will give you $5 or 500 big bucks, which is the digital currency on the Big Bucks platform for you to either use for future predictions games or to gift to your favorite content creator. And many of your favorite creators are now moving across to Big Up. Our friend Adam from FUTV is on there. The boys from Coppish are on there, and a few others. So do go across, show a bit of love to everybody as well, but make sure you're joining the Anfield Agenda predictions because we want to see who's hot and who's not. That sounds a little bit sexual, doesn't it? It sounds a little bit sexual, but it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. Or is it? Join and find out. The Lolly, how are we, bro? Had to move house. I missed a lot. Well, I hope the move went well. Lolly. I know how stressful moving house is. When they say it's one of the most stressful things you'll do in your life, they ain't messing. You never quite realise how much stuff you've accumulated until it's time to move house and start emptying out the attic and the sheds and stuff like that. And then you realise how much clutter you've all brought together in life. It's yeah, something I'm glad I haven't had to do for 14 years now, and hopefully won't have to do again. Down, down, down to down. Don't know why I put that song in my own head now. Somebody give me another song, and I'm not Happy Kitty, Warm Kitty. I need another song in my head. Well, the Happy Kitty will do, I suppose. Just because it winds the wife up. Jason Vaughan said, I think I actually prefer Gakpo in the middle. We may actually get some crosses in. Yeah, I can understand that viewpoint. You know, Gakpo central versus being out wide trying to cut back in all the time. At least he has that physicality to win headers, like you've said, and he does know where the goal is. So it's just going to be a matter of if we can get the ball into Cody Gakpo in the right positions, and if we can get him in behind versus with his back to goal. So I'm sure that we've been working on a few things over the last few days, and fingers crossed that we can get the victory. Because it is never an easy place to go when you go to Craven Cottage. And the likes of Harry Wilson's in fine form at the minute. Jimenez, we know, Premier League tried and tested. So, you know, let's have a look once again at both sides for this game. Where is it gone? Let me just bring this up for you. No, that's the wrong one, Craig. There we go. There we go. Right, let me bring you up the 11s. Right, so for the home side, it's Bernd Leno, then Jupp, Anderson, Cuenca and Castagna. Then it's Lukic and Kearney, Wilson, Smith Rowe, Robinson and Raul Jimenez. That is the starting 11 for Fulham. The Liverpool 11, of course, you can see on the screen. Alisson in goal. We have Bradley at right back. We've got Kirkes at left back, Canade and Van Dijk in the centre back positions, Jones and Gravenberch in the deeper line midfield positions, Soboslai, McAllister and Wirtz, and then it is Cody Gakpo up top. Your bench today for the Reds is as follows: Marmadashvili, Woodman, Gomez, Chiesa, Robbo, Frimpong, Nioni, Ramsey and Engamoa. Plenty of youth there on the bench for Arna. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Do you know what, Mary? I'd prefer that song to be stuck in my head. Yeah. Nothing worse than a song you don't particularly like getting stuck in your head. Tipsy Dipsy. How are we, sir? Good afternoon, Craig. We'll be in the hospital with my daughter for another heart operation. Hopefully, we'll get the win and play a lot better than we have. Well, sending love to your daughter, my friend, and I hope the operation goes well and it is 100% successful. Sending love to you and your family, my friend, as always. Nothing more scary than when one of your kids is sick, my man. So, sending you all of our love. Tony said, we're so cooked, no striker and Wirtz on the left. I don't mind the Wirtz on the left part. I really don't mind Wirtz out on the left. The striker situation is a worrying one, but I would have liked to have seen Frimpong on the pitch as well, because if there's one thing Frimpong did give us, it was that ability to beat a man out wide with that, 2-3 yards of blistering pace and get a cross in, and I feel like, yeah, we're now without that option. Heavy Metal D said, afternoon, Craig. Hope you're well. Hoping for a win today, as the last game took years off me with how boring it was. Also, rest in peace, Pa O'Dwyer. And thank you, Heavy Metal D. Appreciate you, bro. And yeah, fingers crossed for a win today as well. What if Van Dijk gets all together and play the old style? Just ignore Slot and have a talk to wake him up. Oh, I can't imagine that would go down well in the dressing room, mate. That's mutiny. I wonder at times does stuff like that happen, though. Like, I can imagine it happening in the likes of the United dressing room at times over the years. But, yeah, it is a tough one. It's a tough one. I don't know. I don't know how the players feel about the style, because obviously none of them are going to come out publicly and speak. Yeah, I do know that none of the Liverpool fans I'm aware of are happy with the style. Even like the journalists that would be very forgiving to the club are questioning the style and the identity, or the lack of identity, that we have at the minute. And I'm glad that they're starting to actually talk about it more. But I wish, those of us who were talking about it a bit longer didn't just always be shouted down and undermined just for having an opinion that went against the narrative that was being pushed. Dark Ruby said Wirtz plays quite well on the left. Yeah, I don't mind him on the left, like I said, at all, mate. I think you'll see him probably drift into space anyway and try and pick up those little empty pockets of space. And the relationships down the left side with Kirkes on the pitch tends to be better. So, I am interested to see how we do get on there. Curtis, Jones, Wirtz, they've interacted quite well. Hey, man, thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Craig, did you see the Macca interview with Sky? I didn't, Christina, but somebody mentioned it to me in our Discord group last night, and I forgot to then go and check it. Someone said it was an interesting interview, but I don't know exactly what he said, as I didn't have a chance to watch it yesterday. I was balls deep in the darts and a few other bits and pieces, so yeah, haven't had a chance. I kind of took the evening off yesterday altogether, so didn't really look at much football stuff. Just wanted to give the brain a bit of a rest. Kaz said, why is Ekitike not playing? The club said that he has a minor fitness issue, was the word coming out from the club, that he's not in the squad today. Is a minor fitness issue. What channel's the game on in Ireland? I'm watching it on Sky Sports Main Event, mate. Sorry, Sky Sports Main Event. It's so weird having a 3 p.m. Sunday kickoff. It just still feels odd. Usually you're 2 or half 4, like, but yeah, 3 p.m. one's weird. But yeah, I'll be watching it on Sky Sports main event for anyone who's wanting to sync up. We're now up to 57 in the Anfield Agenda predictions game. Let's see if we can't beat a record, which I think was 63 for the last one. So if you haven't joined us, do come across, scan the QR code in the bottom corner there, or go over to bigup.com or download the iOS app and enter our predictions game. You must be 18 years or over to enter, and it's simple yes, no questions. Answer between 2 and 6, and then choose power play or flex play. No, Craig, get it out of your head. Stop it. Stop it. Did you see the post saying Liverpool might be getting Lionel Messi on loan? Yeah, that's absolutely not going to happen. Don't even give it consideration. There's zero chance that Liverpool are bringing in Messi on loan. There's more chance of me showing up there playing in the number 10 position than Messi. Maka said too much has changed and he didn't want to go into it. Hate it when they leave it hanging in the air. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So these are the type of moments, Christina, where I feel both vindicated and angered at the same time, because you know when I went through that little couple of days or week where I was down in the dumps and doubted myself because I was getting lots of grief, and then all of a sudden people start changing their tunes and coming around to the way we've been talking here on the channel for a while. And now I feel far more vindicated for those comments, because I don't like people thinking I'm a negative person, because I'm not usually. But I'm not going to, sing from a hymn sheet that is incorrect. And I wasn't seeing the performances getting better despite us picking up some wins in games we should be winning. So now that people are actually starting to say, well, do you know what? There isn't a style. There isn't a brand of football. There isn't an identity. I'm both relieved and, like I said, feeling somewhat vindicated. Rather have Firmino back on loan. No more 3 p.m. blackout. That's only on a Saturday, Toby. The 3 p.m. blackout, mate, only exists on a Saturday. And only exists in the UK as well, because we don't have that here in Ireland. Although we only get one Saturday 3 p.m. game, whatever one Premier Sports decides to show. Wait, is Maka leaving? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of, but it does seem like some of the dressing room isn't happy. If Maka's come out and said too much change, I don't want to go into it, then I don't know what else to say. But like I said, my information is that the manager will be gone by the summer. And, you can take from that what you want. I've been saying it now for 10 days or so. And I'm going to stand over that. He will be gone by the summer, unless something miraculous happens, but I don't see him turning it around at this point. I still don't agree with hanging on till the summer, for what it's worth, but, I do respect the owner's decision-making. It is their club. Dizzy Benny said, I hate what I'm going to say. I watch every match, but I'm so unmotivated to watch today, especially with no Hugo. It is a weird mentality, isn't it? Because this should be, and I'm not talking about you, because I'm not a million miles away from you, mate, to be honest. And Connor's probably the same if he's being honest about it as well. We want the Reds to do well. It should be the highlight of our weekend. But I'm coming into the game with some trepidation, because I really don't know what to look at or expect. And, last year and most years under Jurgen, you go into games and you're fully thinking, right, we're winning this. Let's go. And now I'm thinking, please don't do anything stupid, lads. Please don't have us all angry at the end of it. Please don't have the match reaction being everyone frustrated and trying to figure it all out. It's I just want some positivity back in our fan base, because, God, the summer was beautiful. Transfer-wise, obviously, the passing of Diogo was a tragedy. But, winning the league was great. But it's been hard going since then. Oh, very close now. Very close. 58 in now, folks. 58 in. Only 3 more to beat our previous record in the Big Up competition. So best of luck to everybody who is coming across and checking it out. And of course, we'll be keeping an eye to let you know who wins what. Or who's winning what. I do love there's a leaderboard on there as well. Because who doesn't love a leaderboard? So, you know when you go into FPL and you look up the top and you see your name there? Well, I've never had that feeling. I always have to look lower middle. Genuinely. It winds me up something fierce. You know. I know I'm a football, but I'm terrible at FPL. Because I'm so stubborn. Is anybody else like that? Like, just damn stubborn in FPL. Don't go with trends. Don't go with players in good form. I genuinely just tend to go with players that I like anyway, regardless of how their form is. Okay, so apparently there's a 15-minute delay in the game due to a medical emergency. Anfield sector just posted 15-minute delay in the game due to a medical emergency. So we've got a little bit more time. That's okay. More time for us to have a chat. And hopefully the person is okay first and foremost. You know, that's the most important thing. Whatever that medical emergency is, we do hope the person is okay. Gives us 15 more minutes to try to figure out how we're going to beat Fulham. I wonder what it's like for the players in these situations, you know, because they'll have been out and they'll have done their warm-ups and stuff like that. Then they've gone back in. They'll be doing the fine instructions, you know, keeping the stretching and the warm-up going. And then they're going to have to wait another little while, maybe come out for another little kickabout. You know, this can have a knock-on impact as well. So I hope the players are all keeping focused and most importantly, keeping warm. Goomy said, I need at least 3 goals and Harry Wilson to not score or assist to win. Well, best of luck to you, Goomy. I did see your name pop up there on the predictions board, mate. Game now starts at 3:15. Yes, we believe that is the case. But that's okay. 15 more minutes together to have a chat. Nothing wrong with it. Kickoff. Catherine, kickoff now is 3:15, mate. 3:15. Yep, game delay for those in the chat. 15 minutes to find a new song, Craig. Yeah, that's fair, Timothy. That's fair, mate. So give me some song suggestions. Come on. I need something else in my head because down to down still in there and I don't want it in there. So give me some good song suggestions to get stuck in my head. Zobaid Khan, how are you, my man? Said, hey Craig, team play is reflective of the manager's philosophy and strategy. I'm afraid Slot has nothing good to offer. What do you think? I wouldn't say he's got nothing good to offer, but the style and the philosophy, I agree with you 100% on. It's just monotonous, dull, boring, and predictable, which maybe is a reflection of the manager. I don't know it. I don't know Arne Slot personally, but anybody that goes and willfully parties with Wayne Lineker deserves some suspicion, in my opinion. Anyway, that for me would have been a sackable offence if I was Liverpool. Personally, going over to Ibiza to party with Wayne Lineker, that would have been that would have been a fireable offence. Just that alone for me. Oh, California girls. California girls are undeniable. Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top. West Coast represent. Now throw your hands up. See? Oh, California girls works. It's better. It's better. I don't know the Happy Shark one. I don't know that Happy Shark song. Is that Katy Perry in the room with us? No, she's by the way, on Katy Perry, who I love, by the way, how do you go from Russell Brand to Justin Trudeau? How does that happen in life? Like, I know we talk about yin and yang, but Trudeau, and then into space in the meantime as well, on top of that. So there is all of that to put together there. Amen, thank you. Matthew, or Matthias, excuse me, said, if by some miracle Liverpool win the Champions League, do you think they keep Slot in his position? Oh, that's the big unknown. That's the big variable in this, mate. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. That is the big variable in all of this, yes. It would be quite difficult to sack a manager who's won a league and a Champions League 2 years in a row. So yeah, really not sure. But that's what you're talking about to even have a chance at this point, from what I'm hearing. And let's be honest, do you see us really winning the Champions League the way we've been? Baby got back, always stuck in my head. I'm not singing I'm not singing I like big bucks and I cannot lie. I'm not singing it, mate. No, I'm not. Even for me, because I'll get too into it. Do you know what I mean? I'll get too into it and I'll start... No, I'm not doing it. But thanks for the suggestion. Craig, have you watched Hamilton the musical? I have not. No, I have not. It's one of those things I said, if I ever watch Hamilton, it'll be because I'm sitting in the crowd watching it and not watching it on the television. What channel's the game on? Sky Sports main event. But remember, we are now facing a 15-minute delay. 15-minute delay on this one, folks. Where are we up to now with the predictions board? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're almost in record territory, ladies and gentlemen. Almost there. Now I've got California Girls stuck in my head. I'm happy with that, though. I'm happy with that. So thank you to whoever suggested that Katy Perry song, because, you know, at least that's stuck in my head now, and not the other song that we won't talk about anymore. Right, folks, need to get the likes up. So if you can, and you do have a second, please do hit that like button for me. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, welcome along. We hope you enjoy the watch along. Today's going to be a very busy day on the channel. We're going to have the watch along of the game. We're going to have our corresponding predictions game, which I'll go back through in a moment. We'll have our match reaction, our player ratings video, and there'll even be a late night agenda tonight as well to top off the day. So busy day ahead here on the channel. And we hope that you can stick with us for it. Also, with it being the week building up to the Arsenal game, I'm going to be recording with Lee this week as well. Lee Gunner ahead of that game. He'll be coming on for a chat with me, and then I'll be jumping onto Lee's channel after the game for a fan cam and a reflection on the result. Right, ladies and gentlemen. So, a reminder. Don't forget, every single Anfield Agenda watch-along will have a corresponding predictions game over with our friends on Big Up. Predictions on Big Up is a sweepstakes game where you can win fantastic prizes, and there's even a free-to-play option. Download the Big Up iOS app, head over to bigup.com, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen and click on the Anfield Agenda, Liverpool versus Fulham watch-along. You'll see the list of 6 predictions questions for the game with yes or no answers. Answer at least 2 of the predictions questions. Choose your entry amount and pick power play or flex play as your options. In power play, you must get every selection correct to win a prize. In flex play, however, you can get one selection incorrect as long as you've made a minimum of 3 selections and still win a prize. When you join Big Up and play your first predictions game, you'll receive $5 or 500 big bucks as a thank you. That can be used for future predictions games or to tip your favorite content creators. And remember, it is 18 plus only. And best of luck to everyone who's already entered. 64, we're into record territory. Right, but most importantly, we still need 86 likes to get to the 1,000 before the 3 p.m. kickoff time. I know it's been moved back 15 minutes, but that's not important. What's important to us is we do it before the scheduled kickoff time. Whew. What about Careless Whisper by George Michael? I don't think I can quite pull that one off. Not that I think I can pull off a lot of the songs I sing, to be honest with you, mate, but Careless Whisper. I love George Michael. I have to say, like, when he passed away, I was heartbroken, but like, I'll be a huge fan of George Michael, of Wham, and his music. I just think he's incredible. Just absolutely incredible. There's a great documentary about George Michael, actually well worth a watch if you get a chance. Guilty Feet have got no rhythm. Oh, now that's in my head. But I'm alright with that in my head because I'm kind of just, swaying along. Favourite George Michael song then? Let's ask that one. What's your favourite George Michael song? I'm probably going to say Jesus to a Child. That's probably my one. Oh, I do love me a bit of Wham as well. Jitterbug. Jitterbug. You put the boom boom into my heart. I'm such an 80s kid that's just rammed in my head. It's freezing out. I know LFC won't warm me up, but you never know, Padge. You never know, bro. You never know. And welcome with us. 4 months as a member, mate. Appreciate you. Maybe Free or Careless Whisper. He's got some great songs. Honestly, some great songs. Turn that radio off. I know I'll get done for copyright. Sure, Haley, you know, people will be thinking, what, hang on a minute. We've had Katy Perry in here, George Michael in here, all in the last few minutes. What's Craig doing? He's going to get done for copyright? Wait till I break out the Pavarotti. Or the Andrea Bocelli. Then we're all in trouble. If I start trying to sing Time to Say Goodbye, then you know we're all in trouble. Last Christmas, another belter. There's a good documentary that was on BBC over Christmas, actually, about Wham's song Last Christmas that I have recorded and still haven't got around to watching. Oh, I need 2 questions for you. Non-football related, but before we get going, 2 questions. 1, have you watched the new Ricky Gervais stand-up on Netflix and what do you think? And 2, have you watched the new Dave Chappelle special on Netflix and what do you think? Because I've only watched the Ricky Gervais one so far. I haven't got around to watching the Dave Chappelle one yet. And I have to say I enjoyed the Ricky Gervais one. I did. I thought it was very good. Everything She Wants is my favourite Wham song. There you go. Matthew. Nice. Viva La Viva Coldplay. Do you know what? Coldplay was a band I didn't think I was as into until I sat back and watched one of their concerts that was on TV one day, and then I thought, okay, now I get why people go and see Coldplay. They're one of those bands that are just better live. We'll watch the Chappelle one tonight. Yes, that's on my watch list for tonight as well. The Ricky Gervais one I thought was quite good. Mark said, happy birthday to the soon-to-be record-breaking, appearance-making James frickin' Milner. 40 years young. Nice. Right, don't forget, we've now got 65 in our predictions game, ladies and gentlemen. Still time for you to get over and enter. See if you can't get to the top of the scoreboard. Scan the QR code in the bottom corner of the screen. Remember, just click on the Anfield Agenda watch along. Choose between 2 and 6 yes, no predictions questions. And then choose whether you want to play power play or flex play. And when you're playing for the first time, my friends at Big Ups will credit you with $5 or 500 big bucks as a thank you for playing your first game. It is 18s plus, and we will be doing a corresponding predictions game for every Liverpool fixture. I'm kind of surprised to see Frimpong on the bench at Billy Beckner. I think it's probably due to the fact that he's coming back from some time away and he's building up again. He doesn't want to overplay him. It would have been a game where we could have used him, definitely, Billy, on the pitch, I agree. But I can somewhat understand his cautiousness. I'm Rick James, bitch. Yep. I love that from the Chappelle show. Somebody saying Bon Jovi living on a prayer. My God, is that where we're going to now? We're that bad we're going for Bon Jovi? Dolly Parton working 9 to 5. My God, what a way to make a living. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. See? That's now, they're all in here today. Dolly Parton, Katy Perry, they've been all around the place. I could have been the extra Bee Gees member. By the way, I don't know why, but you know Bee Gees song "You Win Again." That's always been like top 10 songs in my life. I've always loved that song. And I don't know why, because I wouldn't be the huge Bee Gees fan, but "You Win Again" has been in my head my entire life as one of my favourite songs. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's like peak 80s or something, or just something about it. Maybe it was even 70s. But something about it that just really hit home. Craig Gibb. Yeah, I wish I had the Gibb money. I tell you, I wish. Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. That's always a funny one, isn't it, Colin? Because it's always like used as an anthem, but it's actually, you know, if I'm not correct, it's actually about Vietnam or something, isn't it? Or going to war. Which is crazy. Like the amount of songs that are sung in a misconstrued way, like "Zombie" by the Cranberries. I often find that funny, you know, at the darts and other places, hearing it sung and people maybe not really realizing the meaning of the lyrics for songs like Cranberries, "Zombie" and stuff like that. Craig, leave my Bon Jovi alone. Come on, Mary. Like, that's, even for me, Bon Jovi's cringy. And I'm the king of cringe. Like, I'll sit here and tell you I openly love the Backstreet Boys and stuff. Like, but yeah, even Bon Jovi's too much for me. But Johnny and Gina never back down. ESG Soccer said, everything okay? Why the delay? There was a medical emergency in the crowd, mate. Medical emergency which delayed the game by 15 minutes. Just want to say hi to everybody. Craig, love your channel and the knowledge, the sense of family and the banter. Keep it up. You're doing amazing work. Paul from Belfast comment, virginity now lost. Thank you very much. Right, I need some help. Myself and my wife need to find a new tattooist because we both want to get some tattoo work done. So I need some suggestions. There was a guy who watches our channel from Belfast who said to me that he wanted to tattoo me with a Liverpool tattoo and emailed, and I sent him a text message, and I don't know if I got a number wrong or something in it, but I never got a reply from the man. So yeah, we need suggestions for a new tattooist because we both have some work we want to get done. I've got an arm I need to get finished, and she has a leg she wants to get done. And yeah, so any suggestions for like Wicklow, Dublin, Kilkenny, Waterford, anywhere around this neck of the woods, or even up to Belfast, because that'll give us an excuse for a weekend away. And we do love a trip to Belfast. If you've never been, by the way, amazing city, great city to go out in for a weekend. Even if you are a dull, boring shit like me who doesn't like drinking or anything. Itachi said, ready for another frustrating 90 minutes. Matthew said, Backstreet Boys ain't cringe, they're legends. So me and my mates used to sit around my kitchen table, 18, 19 years of age, drunk, and we all had our own parts to Backstreet Boys songs. I'm not even joking. I wish I was. My wife will tell you I'm not joking. Because she was like, how do you all have your own specific roles? And I was like, may or may not have practiced this quite a bit over the years. Jack said, what's your prediction for today? 2-2 draw was what I went with, Jack. 2-2 draw. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we win, but a 2-2 draw is what I've went with. Pretty fly for a white guy by Offspring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. That was that was another song growing up. That was huge. I seem to sense a tone here from you, Mr. Bransfield. There's a bit of rock and roll in you, sir, isn't there? What did you think of Gakpo playing as a striker? I like it. I'm okay with it. Like, if Ekatike is not available, obviously Isak's not available, probably makes the most sense to play Cody Gakpo as a striker. What is the delay for? They've heard that I was belting out a few hits here on Anfield Agenda Live, so they decided to just stop the game so I could get through a few more songs, because we've had Dolly Parton, Katy Perry, Bon Jovi, Backstreet Boys. No, there's a medical delay, mate. A medical delay at Craven Cottage, and we, of course, do hope that that person is okay. Craig, over the content, thoughts around Milosh coming back in? I think it's the right decision. I think it's the right decision. I think he is now the starting left back, and rightly so. Why can't Rio start? This is not a question that I can answer, my friend. It's not a question that I can answer. We seen he came on in the last game, and in the few minutes he was on the pitch, he had more successful crosses or take-ons, I think, than crosses than Frimpong and Gakpo combined. Bransfield said only rock and roll here, a little bit white girl music. See, my wife was kind of more into rock and Indian punk and stuff, and I was always into more rap, hip hop, and dance music. In my well, very misspent youth, to be honest with you. Connor said chances created was the phrase about Rio. There you go, chances created. Yes, thank you, Connor. And it was something he'd done better than Frimpong and Gakpo. The nerves are actually building up on me more and more now. That I think the predictions game is closed, by the way, by the looks of it. I'm looking at the leaderboard, and we can't. No one new has been able to add in, so I think the predictions game might be closed off because it was scheduled for a 3 p.m. kickoff, but of course the game has been delayed. Elvis Presley, "If I Can Dream," awesome song. I've a couple of Elvis songs I like, actually. On a cold and grey Chicago morning, a little baby child was born in the ghetto. Although I only did learn that song from South Park, so there is that. When Cartman started singing it in South Park, I started searching up the song and then found the actual Elvis version. I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight toker. Surely don't want to hurt no one. Steve Miller Band. Very famous song, of course, as well. Some people call me the space cowboy. Some call me the gangster of love. Right. We are ready, I think. I would say they're in the tunnel, but there is no tunnel. They've left the cottage and they're about to walk out onto the pitch at Craven Cottage. So we are about to get underway. Finally, a little bit delayed, but the game is about to get underway. And as I said, we do hope, whatever the medical emergency was, that everybody is safe and well. But there is a game of football about to break out here, ladies and gentlemen. If we win this, we will create a gap on Chelsea. Yes, and they take on Manchester City later on in a difficult game. Bransfield said, Frank Sinatra, My Way. I could see you singing. So, anybody who watched the Jules Holland Hootenanny, Jessie J sang My Way on that. And I love Jessie J, by the way. Jessie J is incredible, an amazing voice. But she did too much with My Way. I don't know if anybody watched Jules Holland's Hootenanny on New Year's Eve, but Jessie J sang My Way, and I turned to my wife and said she's ruined that song because she's just too much into it. My Way has to be sang in a relaxed kind of modest tone, and she just worked it too much lyrically. I didn't like it. Say La Vie by Bewitched was a huge hit. Say you will, say you won't, say you'll do what I don't, say it's true, say to me, wanna say la vie. I fight like me dad. They got a Levi's gig and all out of that, didn't they? They got a Levi's brand deal for the jackets and the jeans and all. I won't have a word said against Bewitched, by the way. Ireland's finest. See if you can guess which one I had a crush on from Bewitched when I was growing up as well. I'll give you a hint. It was one of the girls in Bewitched. Right, let's take you through the 11s one more time before we get underway. Starting with the Fulham 11. It is Leno, Diop, Anderson, Cuenca and Castagna. Then Lukic and Kearney. Wilson, Smith Rowe and Robinson behind Raul Jimenez. For Liverpool, Alisson Becker in goal. Conor Bradley at right back. Milos Kerkez at left back. Ibrahim Kanade and Virgil van Dijk. Your centre backs, Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai, Alexis McAllister and Florian Wirtz, tucked in behind Mr. Cody Gakpo. Nope, wrong one, Craig. Wrong one. Sinead, no, wasn't Sinead. It was, I don't actually know the girl's name, but the girl that, I think she was of Greek origin, I can't remember her name. The lovely, olivey skinned, curly, kind of brown haired girl. Whatever that lady's name was. I don't actually remember any of their names. Beastie Boys, Intergalactic. Yes, now we're talking. Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic. Another dimension. That's my cup of tea now. Dancing funky ass robots. That's a bit of me now. That's Lindsay, Craig. There you go. Lindsay then, that's the one. Thank you, Hayley. I'll have to take your expertise on that one. John Travolta's just lucky I wasn't around for Saturday Night Fever because, you know, if I had have been of the age for Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta wouldn't have had a career because I'd have taken over. Right, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, try to relax. I'll take you through the game. Again, being brought to you today with thanks to our sponsors, Big Up. Don't forget, for every Liverpool game going ahead this season, we will have a corresponding predictions game over on Big Up. Head over to bigup.com, use the iOS app or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of the screen. Go across, click on the Anfield Agenda watch along, and then choose between 2 and 6 yes, no predictions questions. Choose whether you want to play power play or flex play. In power play, you must get every selection correct to win a prize, where in flex play, you can get one selection incorrect and still win as long as you have a minimum of 3 selections. It is over 18s only, and best of luck to everybody who has entered with us today. Right, we are about to get underway. Liverpool playing from right to left in our all red, Fulham in their all white, and I already don't like this camera angle. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. Fulham immediately move the ball out left-hand side. I hate this camera angle already. I can't be the only one, but this camera angle is not great. Harry said, Craig, with big ups, is there any risks? Yes, like any game, mate, you may lose your entry fee. It is a sweepstakes game, though. It isn't a gambling product. It's a sweepstakes game. But of course, mate, as with any game that you enter, that you pay an entry fee into, you may not, of course, see any return. So yes, of course, like anything else like that, mate, there's always somewhat of a risk factor. But the maximum entry is $10 for that reason. And minimum entry is as little as $2. And there is a free-to-play option as well. Right. Kerkez will sync up at 1 minute 30 for everybody. Canada, this really is a particularly horrendous angle of camera, by the way. What happened to your Hugo bet since he sidelined? I don't know is the honest answer. And it's not a bet. It's not a bet. But I don't know what happens to that prediction. I really don't. Right, 130, 31, 32, 33. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to pause this because I'm ahead of the TV by a second. So I'll do it at 2 minutes because, yeah, I'm 1 second ahead of the TV and I don't want to mess everybody up. Fulham in possession, left-hand side with Jimenez. Liverpool get bodies back. Bradley wins the ball. Turns around, plays it off Raul Jimenez for a Liverpool throw-in on the far side. Right, we are at 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Brentford have already taken the lead, by the way. Thiago scoring for them in their game against Everton. Blue and white shite, blue and white shite. Hello, hello. Fulham back to Leno. What score did the United game finish, by the way, lads? Liverpool throw in, far side. Gravenberch back to Canada. 1-1, thank you, Mark. Lads, this really is the worst camera angle I've seen all year. Right, throw in Fulham, far side, Anthony Robinson to take it. Craig, what's your favourite Oasis song? I've got kind of 3 that I would always answer. I Hope I Think I Know is one of them. Champagne Supernova and ENQUIRIES. They're probably my 3 favourites. Right, Leno in possession. He plays the ball out. Liverpool press right on the edge of the Fulham penalty area. Fulham managed to keep possession though, work it down left side into a bit of space now. Canada gets back, defends the situation well and goes back to Allison. Camera is on the moon, said somebody. Yeah, that's definitely what it feels like. Right, Wirtz in possession. He moves it left to Kirkes. Kirkes now. Back down the left side to Florian Wirtz. Inside the Fulham penalty area. He tries a cross. It's blocked. Back to Milos Kirkes. Curtis Jones. Jones, little drag back. Still looking for options. Tries to play it through a couple of Fulham players' legs. The Gakpo deflection. Ooh. Unlucky Cody. Goes for Liverpool corner. Come on, boys. Nice little bit of play there. Curtis Jones just moving the ball around the penalty area a little bit. Tries a couple of 1-2s. Don't come off. Slips it to Gakpo. He turns really quickly. Gets a shot away. Fulham defender sticks out a leg and it goes behind for Liverpool corner on the near side. See, why have we got Cody Gakpo taking a corner, lads? This is right up there with Roy Hodgson having Harry Kane taking corners for England. I don't get this. 6 foot plus player and we haven't taken a corner. Ball in, cleared away, dropped the edge of the box to Wirtz, his shot blocked. Liverpool move it back out to Cody Gakpo, who cuts inside. Of course he does. Goes back out to McAllister. Soboslai fires in a deep cross. Again headed away by Fulham. Cleared by Carney. I don't like that we have one of our taller players taking corners. It just makes no sense. Kirkes. McAllister. Fulham won it back now. Jimenez works it back out left side to Anthony Robinson. He plays it inside. Fulham play reverse ball. Smith Rowe into down Liverpool's right hand side. Smith Rowe puts in a cross. Kirkes clears it away. Maka, he hooks the ball back forward, but Fulham will be bringing it straight back to their goalkeeper and regaining possession. Hope you're doing better, Craig. Big love to you. Thank you, Misty. Appreciate you. I'm doing okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I've had a better few days. And I really do appreciate your kind words, though. Thank you. And again, thank you for your 6-month membership as well. Right, Fulham in possession, centre of the park. Wirtz, he's already popping up all over the place, Wirtz. Now you can see him on the right side of the pitch. He seems to be given a license to roam a little bit. Bradley. Gravenberch. Virgil. Out to Curtis Jones. Back to Virgil. See that we missed it. Salvaslide made the run, and again nobody got their head up quick enough. And here comes the sideways stuff that frustrates us, because there are players making moves ahead of them if they just get their head up. Glad to hear it, Craig. Love this channel so much. Thank you, Misty. Appreciate that. Well, we only have 1 day left on this studio/office build. 1 day left of building work, I should say. We just have a bit of electrics left to do, and then we're all ready to start the fit out. Ball in behind. Leno comes out and clears it before Wirtz managed to get there. Kirkes. Down to Jones. Wirtz again. Jones. How many positions is Dom going to play this year? Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Let's say 8. Because I don't think we'll be too far off. Wirtz. Ball moved out right side. Dom tries a cross. It ricochets back, though. It's with Connor Bradley. Bradley to Alexis McAllister. Canade. Again, Fulham closes out. Smith Rowe tries to drag the ball around. Canade runs out of pitch, though, and it goes out for Liverpool throw-in far side. Yes, but when we win the time of possession battle, Craig, we win the match. Slot, probably. Don't forget the XG and a low block, mate. You know, if you're going for the full slot bingo card, we need to hear the words low block. We had a better XG, and, you know, we were unlucky. Kirkes, again, nothing on. So he's gone back to Virgil. Virgil under a bit of pressure from Raul Jimenez. Goes back to Alisson. Alisson, again to Gravenberch. Virgil. Press comes on from Fulham. Out to Milos Kirkes now left side. Jones. Wirtz. Good ball through. Go on, Cody, you're through. Oh, he's dragged it and fluffed his lines. That's terrible. Curtis Jones plays a lovely slide rule ball through. Cody Gakpo looks like he's onside. Looks like he's timed it well. Let's have a look. I think he's on. If he's not on, it's very, very close. But he fluffs his shot and drags it wide. The flag never went up. Good spot from Jones. It's that touch. His second touch takes him far away into the wrong angle. It's just poor. Why does he take himself further away from goal than going across the front of the defender? I don't understand that. Ball into the left channel. Again to Jones. He chases to keep it in. Does so. Well done, Curtis. Gakpo. Jones. Virgil. Canade. Bradley. Back to Gravenberch. Ibu. 12 minutes on the clock. The one time he had cut in on his right and he doesn't do it. Exactly. Does anybody get where I'm coming from with that one? Like, he gets the ball and he touches it. Most centre forwards know to naturally run across the front of a defender. Because if you run across the front of a defender, he either has to take it down or come up with one hell of a challenge to win the ball. But either way, you're in a much better position. And he dragged himself wide and then has to take a shot on his weaker foot and drags it wide. It was poor. You can tell though he's not a centre forward because it was poor centre forward play. Gravenberch. Again, nothing on, so he's forced to go back to Canade. Wirtz. Little flick out again. We're dispossessed. Canade heads it back down to Florian Wirtz. He switches it up, goes to Kirkes. Kirkes heads it forward, but now Liverpool are caught out of position. And it's a foot race with Harry Wilson and Virgil, which thankfully Virgil wins. Back to Ali. I would have loved to see Chiesa get that ball, said Suleiman. Or young Rio. Either way, mate, I'm going to say the keeper gets at least tested if either of those two are in that position. Wirtz now. Into the right-hand channel to Bradley. Back to Wirtz. Tries a little Scoopy dink over the top, but it's blocked. It's back with Soboslai. Out to Wirtz. Seems to be Jones who's operating left side here. Wirtz operating right side. Just kind of off Gakpo. Just looking at the setup here now. And Jones makes himself available. Canade goes on a full Joel Matip run. Fuck me. That just summarises Canade to a T. Runs 30 yards across the pitch from right to left and then passes the ball straight out for a Fulham throw-in. That is the most Canate of Canate moments so far. John Erdinger said, this is also what we've been missing. More of the attacking phases. Oh, I forgot. We have to deal with the low block. Cross in from Fulham. Bradley has to put it behind it. It'll be a Fulham corner on the far side. So Fulham work the ball into the right channel. It's knocked down the line. It's a fairly early crossing from Castagna. And Bradley has to put it behind because there was a Fulham player coming in behind him. So if he didn't, he would have been faced on a one-on-one. So here we go. Fulham corner. Harry Wilson to take it on the far side. Fingers crossed. Toes crossed. Everything's crossed here. Come on, boys. Again, looking at some of the marking there, we had McAllister marking Anderson, their centre-back. They've made a mess of the corner, Fulham. Liverpool have a chance to counter if they can move the ball quickly, but we can't. And Fulham have it back. Leno. Kearney. Smith Rowe. The Bumbadog said, I have to admit something I'm not proud of. My frustration over a loss of identity and with slot. I've reached the point where I've found myself hoping for poor results just from to go. Oh, hang on. Fulham in behind. Flags up. One ball's in the net, but the flag's up against Wilson. And it looks like the right decision. But again, warning signs early. It does look like he went too early. So let's have another look here. Oh, lads, this is going to be very close. I think he might be onside. If you're going off the cut of the pitch, he might be onside here, lads. Certainly close, this one. It looks close to me from my eye line. You can only guess by the cut of the pitch, but... And on the Bumbadog thing, I do understand where you're coming from, mate. I'll never wish for negative results, but I'm going into the game feeling far less upbeat and optimistic than I have been in a long time. Goal, 1-0 Fulham. The goal stands, 1-0 Fulham, he's onside. One 0 down already. 18 minutes, 1-0. I did say to you, it looked like a tight one. It looked like to my eye he was onside when he timed the run. It's 1-0 Fulham. Virgil playing him onside. And it looked like he had half a yard to spare as well. And then finished drilled in. Remember, this is a player that wasn't good enough for Liverpool, but has been scoring in worldies left, right and centre. 1-0 down. Our defence just cannot defend. 1-0, 19 minutes on the clock. Harry Wilson with the goal for Fulham. Will, good afternoon, Craig. Why does it feel like I'm watching the same game over and over each week? Because we play the same monotonous, dull shite every week, bro. Look, great finish from Harry Wilson. Let's give credit where it's due. Harry Wilson had a lot to do to put that ball in the back of the net, so he deserves credit for his finish. I'm not trying to undermine his goal. It was a fantastic finish from Harry Wilson. But again, for us, it's just, so fucking easy. I'm waiting with Arna for the special individual player, a set piece, a three-stripe liverbird. I take Wilson back. He's a baller for Fulham, said James. He's in a good vein of form this season, mate. He is. He's always had that wonderful left foot. That's one thing nobody's ever denied about Wilson. Free kick to Liverpool here. Szoboszlai over it. Ball in. Headed away by Fulham. Drops to Jones, edge of the box. He goes back to Gravenberch. Lads, I'm struggling here. I need your help because I'm struggling. Honestly, lads, I'm struggling to keep it together. This is... Do you know what's most frustrating about the goals and the way we concede a lot of them is we bitch and moan about fucking low blocks, but we give opposition teams the fucking half the pitch. Like, how much space did Wilson have there with our line? A third of the pitch or more? Once he timed his run right, and there was no catching him, no getting back. It's we moan about low blocks, but we give teams a country manor to run into if they can time it right. Here we go again. 6 lossless games before chaos. Fulham trying to break through again there, but the ricochet goes through to Alisson Becker. Wilson goal was basically the same as Gakpo's chance. Yes! Very well put. Except, you know what Harry Wilson did? Harry Wilson had the intelligence to keep it on his stronger foot. Not our boy Cody. Cody cuts inside on his right foot every fucking chance he gets, except for when he's through on goal with the keeper. But yeah, that's a very good comparison. It was a very similar moment. Liverpool cross defended, put out by Fulham for Liverpool throw. This team is a suffering animal. A loss will help put it out of its misery. Call me a fake fan, but we need to think long term. This can't go on. This is one of those times on the channel's history where I'm going through another I told you so moment for all the people who called me an asshole and negative. I hope people eventually just realise I do know what I'm looking at. I know me football. And like people have said, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that this ain't it. This isn't us. This isn't an identity. This is just possession, movement, and hope a good player can make something happen. And that's all this looks like to me. It's move the ball and hope that the individual talent can create a moment. Or as Arna said, a set piece. It doesn't look like there's patterns of movement where there's runners that know where each other's going to be. Like Fulham's goal. Gave it and Wilson knew exactly to make the run and what was going to happen. We did it once with Jones to Gakpo and Gakpo fluffed it. But look at this here. One touch. Look at that. One ball into Jimenez. Jimenez flick around the corner and that's it. That's all she wrote. Great finish from Wilson as well. He deserves credit for that. But it's just far too easy. Where are we at? Sorry, I'm trying to play catch up with some super chats here. This one. Mate, we've seen this before. They score, sit back, and we won't be able to find a way through. We'll blame injuries. The Lolly says 1-0. Brian Smith said, we never look like we're going to keep a clean sheet. Almost know we're going to concede every game. Put him out of his misery. He's clueless. Sack him. Said Dinks Bro 101. Why wasn't he sacked after PSV? Said Leona Farrell. Let me read you out something, Leona. Something that I do save here for special occasions. Let me just read this out to you, Fiona. Hang on. Those with short memories and a little patience who were calling for change have been muted as Slot has breathed new life into a managerial reign which had veered so alarmingly off course, wrote James Pearce. Soboslai. So what chance have we got as a fan base when that's what the established media are writing to try to sanitize the situation? Breathe new life into what? I've seen more life in a fucking goldfish floating at the top of a bowl than I do in this team at the minute. Bradley, come on, Connor. Cross in. Headed away again by Fulham, who are now trying to counter. Carney has a bit of space. Moves it into the left channel. Liverpool get bodies back. Fulham cut infield. Wilson. They work it back out left side again to Smith Rowe. Anthony Robinson back inside. Back out to Smith Rowe. He goes down the line looking for Anthony Robinson. His reverse ball inside. Cut away by Conor Bradley and cleared for a Fulham throw-in. Good defending Conor, but come on, boys. Wake up. Big Sam being appointed president of Venezuela. Slot has destroyed everything Jurgen put in place, said Russ Mays. See you on Thursday, said Lance. Aaron Garza said Slot isn't coaching to win, just to keep his job. Paul Brace, thank you. And the real Johnny Sin said, if we can't win today, can Fulham score 5, please? Fulham on the attack again here. Castagna, right side. Ball infield. Wilson. He loses it, but it's okay as Fulham win the second ball as well. Spurs scored another goal, by the way. Oh, no, it's the first goal. 1-0 Davies. They've just shown Spurs' first goal, sorry, against Sunderland. Kearney spins away again from Gravenberch. Do you know what? I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something that's going to get me in trouble, but I can only be honest. I don't think these players are playing to win because I don't think they want a manager there either. I'm not saying they're not trying, but they have an aura about them of a team who feel morally defeated already. Does anybody else get that? It's like they're going through the motions, but they just don't look like a team that have belief in them. Aaron is clueless. We got a number 8 in Jones playing in the wing. We have 2 natural wingers on the bench. How is that good management? It's okay though, Brian, because he likes Chiesa as a man and he likes Chiesa as a player. And we don't want to block the pathway for Rio by playing him in the position. That would be blocking the pathway for him in that position. So you just don't get it, Brian. You and I are mere tickos, mate. We don't see the genius that's at play here. Gravenberch with a recovering challenge, and it's still looking like Fulham the more likely as they're pushing ahead. LFC Gamer Vlog said, I'm sorry, but the longer we keep Slot in charge, the lower the standards of the club keep getting. It's not on. Lose today and lose to Arsenal. Bye-bye Arna, said Itachi. Look, I'm going to say it again, lads, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it again. He should have been gone after PSV or Forest. Should have been gone then. The club should have done the decent thing right then and got rid of him. Because it's clear he's not up to the job. All we are doing now is hoping that we can turn this round. Doesn't look like it. We're just hoping. Cross in, cleared again by Virgil. Since Fulham have scored, it's been all Fulham. So it's not like I'm sitting here trying to be negative and we're doing really well. Fulham are just wave after wave. And they're just keeping possession, pulling us apart, utilising space, doing everything you would want the Liverpool team to do. Pass and move, find space. All the things that you work on in the training ground, all the rondos that you do day after day. Pass it, move, into space, go again, triangle. All these things, look at it. It's simple. And there's that 15 yards in the middle of the park I've been talking about all season as well, where nobody around. It's just basic bitch football. I wonder how he's going to try to fucking shoehorn a words low block in here when we're the ones playing with the low block. Right, now we've won it back and we've a chance of a 3-on-3. Soboslai. Out to Wirtz. Wirtz. Couple of step overs. Ball across. Liverpool corner. Jones slides in. Keeper does well to keep up with him. Ball goes out and it'll be a Liverpool corner on the far side. HFMCE said, I wonder what they do in training. They're a super poor coach team. Please get rid of this fraud head coach. buy supercar players and stick 30 mile an hour speed limit. That's a pretty good analogy, Steve. That's a pretty good analogy, mate. Cross in, again, headed away at the near post. Second one, ball won by Fulham as well. It's back to Wirtz. Wirtz goes back out right side to Soboslai. Wirtz. Another cross in deep. Gakpo. Oh, he's hit the post. That's unlucky. Oh, the flag was up. Flag was up. He would have been offside. It was a decent header from Cody, to be fair, but he was offside. Yeah, and he was. We went half a yard early. And good header, but as I said, he was offside and hits the post. Michael, so I've been supporting this team for 35 years. This is the worst of that 35 years, pound for pound. Craig, bingo. I feel the same way, said John Oettinger. Reggae Dragon said, agree on the belief Virgil is a bad captain. They're just going through the motions, boys. That's it. They're just going through the motions. Can I say something that sounds really fucking stupid? But lads, we're the Premier League defending champions who spent 450 million. Let that sink in. We are the defending Premier League champions with the reigning Player of the Year, who is at the AFCON, with two British transfer record players, one of whom's out with a leg break and the other who's on the pitch and struggling to get involved in the game, as much as I love him. And this is us. This is what we're resorting to, hoping we can get something at Fulham. That has to tell you something. Whatever side of this you're on, that has to tell you something. We are the defending Premier League champions, and we are losing at Craven Cottage and being outplayed again. It's not only like we have supercars and they're not allowed to go over 30 miles an hour. It's like we've got supercars and we put fucking diesel in the engine. Or we put restrictors on them. It's just... Did you ever see that episode of Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson buys the Ford GT and he tries to park it in a car park but he can't open the doors because the doors are gold doors that open like that? That's kind of what makes me think about this Liverpool team. We bought these players, put them in the car park, and then all of a sudden we can't get out of the cars. Oh, it's okay though, because Canades tried his best to give Fulham another chance, and Verge bails his ass out again. Dinksbro said, this may sound odd, but where is Sloth's desire to prove Salah wrong, the desire to batter teams so he can go told you so, etc.? I've not seen emotion from the man really at all. Bits and pieces here or there, a fist pump or whatever, but yeah. And look, I'm old school. That type of thing means a lot to me. I want to see my manager punching things, kicking bottles of water over, being angry so the players can physically see his anger on the sideline and think, shit, we're in for a half time. No ideas. Arna has sucked the soul from the team, said Andrew Garner, and thank you for 2 years, Andrew, with us as a member. Smith Rowe now, left side, 35 minutes on the clock. Still Fulham lead by that Harry Wilson goal to 0. And look at this. It's just what Fulham are doing here. It's not difficult if you're a well-coached team. Moving the ball like they are. One, give, go. Triangle, 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 triangle. Move, go into space. Any half-decent coach with decent players who are technically sound should be able to at least play the way Silva has Fulham playing. But we just look like it's, again, give the ball to somebody and hope for a moment. Move it left, move it right, move it slowly. Play it all in front of the defence of the opposition team. Come on, boys, wake up. Canade. Bradley. Soboslai back to Bradley. Lewis said, it's so easy for Fulham to break us down. Just lazy. There's another attempted Hollywood ball over the top that goes behind for a goal kick. Or Thomas Rogan said, can't understand why Slot is allowed to stay till the summer. Players are not believing in him. We need to change him and the players need to run more. Don't Slot win the league in the Eredivisie, then next year the same Feyenoord team was just as bad. Seems like foot always comes off the pedal. I actually don't know what happened to his Fulham team the next year. In all honesty, mate, I didn't really pay too much attention. I know that PSV were the dominant force, all right. But see, this is the thing. Do we think that they're willing to admit that they were wrong? Because I can't believe that Hughes and Edwards and John W. Henry and Tom Werner and Mike Gordon, I can't believe in any way that they're happy with this fucking shit. I can't. Liverpool corner, unlucky. They tried to slide through a ball to Maka. What's going on here? Hang on. Ball slipped in. Oh, I think keeper feels it should have been a goal kick, but it was a corner. But either way, it's straight into Leno's arms. Mark Gibbons said, so slow, clueless, Slot has to be run out the door. Nightmare 2 Theme said, hey Craig, we've lost our identity and style. Do a poll on Slot in or out. That would... look, there's no point. There's no point in me doing the poll because the answer is going to be out and it's going to be somewhere in the 80%. Well, I've done numerous ones of them, mate, over and over in different words and different styles after different results. And they're always the same. Between 80 and 87% of people want them out. 92% of people said our style of football is boring. And we've run it across multiple platforms. Jones. Wirtz. Gakpo. Moves out right side to Bradley. Come on, boys. Bradley now, look at that. Smith Rowe could see it coming a mile away and just stepped in and blocked it. Back with Gravenberts now. Soboslai. He plays it out of Raul Jimenez. Liverpool throw in far side. Slot is ruining talents like Rio and Chiesa. Said Antonio. Thank you, Antonio. Chris Thorne said just another poor, lifeless performance and no Frimpong to liven it up. Well, at least he is on the bench, Chris, so fingers crossed we may see him in the second half at some point. Do you know what, though? Like, Slot can't be impervious to this. He has to know that the pressure's on and that this isn't good enough. Like, he has to. He's a football man. He has to know. Another Liverpool attack breaks down as Leno comes and grabs the ball. Brian Walsh, how are you, Brian? Said, I can't stand the way we play. All past and no vision. Make something happen. Where's the creativity we had? Slot needs to go today. We're all fur coat and no knickers, as we say, mate. And I did say knickers there for people, by the way, just in case the Let's Cancel Craig Brigade want to come out and have a go again. That's what we are. We're all style and no substance. We've got nothing. But we have possession. And Arna will no doubt come out and talk about that, or, you know, some other cherry-picked stat that he'll be able to somehow try to justify his existence. Soboslai, he tries a cross. Again, it's defended by Fulham, another Liverpool corner. Windshield wiper football, said Tree Stripe Liverbird. Brian, how are we, mister? Hope you're well. Cross in from Soboslai, flicked on. Jimenez clears it away for another Liverpool throw-in. Brian said, Slot's tactics, lazy pass the ball around for 75 minutes, then empty the bench and hope for a miracle. Pathetic. Yep, that seems to be the way, Brian. The Eric Ten Hag style of empty everybody off the bench, lump the centre-backs up front and pray for something. But again, that's not going to win us a league or a Champions League, is it? That's moments football again. Szoboszlai. We've started to have a bit more territory now in the last few minutes, but not really created anything from it yet. Canade now. Out left side to Kirkes. Kirkes to Jones. Back to Jones again. Again, look at how narrow Fulham are, willing to give us the wide areas, but we're moving it slowly. So we're not able to take advantage of those or create the overloads that Virgil was talking about. Szoboszlai now. He flicks it out. Kirkes, low ball drilled, blocked by Fulham and cleared. Virgil again. He's dispossessed this time. And Fulham clear the lines for a throw-in. What happened to us? Feel like I'm going insane, said Ben Pagan. It's tough, man. It's so tough, because I wouldn't say I'm the only one who feels this, but you don't even look forward to our games as much anymore because you don't know what we're going to see. And you're coming into every Liverpool game with nerves in your stomach. We haven't had a shot on target, by the way, in this half. They've had one shot, one on target, goal. 4 shots for us, none on target. And of course, we're losing 1-0. Ball down the line. Maka goes back to Alisson. Alisson takes a touch. He goes long upfield. Gakpo's foul free kick Liverpool. Anto, excuse me, said, remember what said, Slot will be gone in the new year. Madness, how bad yous are. Chelsea fan, we're gone. Mate, I don't know how he's still in a job, bro. Honestly, Maresca left Chelsea in a better position with regards to what he'd achieved than Slot, who won a league title with us, yes, and then went backwards. You won the Club World Cup, you won the Conference League, and you were building to something this season with a young squad with lots and lots of changes. Our manager is given a 450 million quid transfer kitty and has made us go from Premier League champions to scraping Champions League if we're lucky, and now the League Cup already. It's just not good enough, so you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. I'm beyond bored. Feels like we play with 10 men, said Adam Christmas. Completely static, no movement at all up front, said Shepherd Commander. Keith Seary said, I can't be arsed to watch this going out for a walk. Raekwon, how are we, dude? Lovely to see you. Said, still no shots on target. Macca's comments to Sky Sports were very telling about how the dressing room feels about this head coach. He should be sacked after the game. Do you know who should also be sacked? Every one of those journalists that have been trying to con the public, trying to convince us that everybody's fully behind Arna, the club are fully behind him, there's no doubts, there's an understanding that this was going to happen. Fuck off, each and every one of you, and all of your waffling bullshit. Cross in, Fulham, far post, ball in. Clear it, boys, clear it. Which we have, thankfully. Because that allows this shit. Spreading that narrative that everything's okay and the match-going fans love him and all these other absolutely nonsensical statements that they put out to try and just con the football public does my head in. Because I speak to Reds after every match-going Reds all the time, and never tallies with what's been written about the unwavering support and the silencing of the doubters. It's never right. Jones, 2 minutes added on, by the way, at the end of the first half, of which we've had one. Paro said, I've started to hate watching my own team. Even there, we had a third man run the edge of the box and we can't even pick out our man we overhit it past. Bradley. Soboslai. He switches it across to Florian Wirtz. Wirtz ball in over the top again. Nobody there. Overhit, goal kick. Do you find yourself when you're sitting at home sighing every few minutes now watching the game? Charles Wall said, this is not Liverpool. Slot can't continue. He's not challenged by FSG. No accountability for anybody. Bad playing decisions leads this crap. We've nothing in the tank. No fight of old. Bore, said Mark. Half time, ladies and gentlemen, at Craven Cottage. And it's Fulham who lead by a goal to 0. Harry Wilson with a finish, and a good finish it was. Initially was ruled out for offside, but was correctly ruled back in when VAR had a look at it. Liverpool's only real chance of note in the first half, a Cody Gakpo opportunity that he dragged wide. And it's been a very, very, very easy early evening's work for Fulham so far. We do have some people. Moneymaker Machine over in the Big Up Predictions is doing well. Valley Boy in there as well, hanging on in, doing well. Paul Hutchinson, well done to you, my man. Still doing well. So best of luck to everybody over there. Do keep going. And wishing you nothing but the best. Thank you to our sponsors, Big Up as well. Don't forget, we'll have a corresponding Big Up predictions game for every Anfield Agenda watch-along to maybe add a little bit more fun and entertainment to what has been a dull affair today especially. Scan the QR code in the bottom corner. Get yourself over to bigup.com or download the iOS app. And remember, it is 18s plus. Right, where are we? Liverpool LFC said, have the stallion manager and been left with a donkey. Not good enough. Oliver said, Arna needs time, but not the set-piece coach. Difference. The difference is he was able to throw the set-piece coach under the bus. That's the difference, but I got in trouble for saying that. I made a video the day Aaron Briggs was fired, and I said, I find this very convenient that the set-piece coach gets thrown under the bus, but the head coach, who's over all the coaches, no problem there. He appointed the man, promoted him into a role that he wasn't qualified for, but cool, no problem there. And I got absolutely slaughtered for it. Slaughtered. Calling me a negative person, telling me, how can this be on Arna? He's the head coach. Ultimately, it lands on him. We've ruined Kirkes, Wirtz, Frimpong, Maka, Gravenberg. This isn't a coincidence. These are players that were so good last season, said Reggae Dragon. And what I don't understand is, how on earth do you then... How can we make these good players look so bang average? And what's the longer term damage that this is doing to the psyche of those players who've come into Liverpool? These are all arguments for the reasons why I think the manager should be gone. Because if nothing else, a change of voice in the dressing room, a change of anything, would at least G these guys up, because they look soulless out there. They look heartbroken. They look flat. Carragher on Milos Kirkes said, Trent Alexander-Arnold, who Liverpool miss immensely, I used to say it was like having De Bruyne at a right back. Where Kirkes, it's like having Darwin Núñez playing at left back. So that's Cara having his say. Fulham fans chant, what a waste of money to Florian Wirtz. Post Anfield edition. We're becoming banter, lads. Banter. Fuck me. Bring on Gerrard now, said Grizzly. Do you think it has something to do with Jota? I'm not even getting into that question anymore. Honestly, I feel like it's so disrespectful to keep going back to that conversation. And then the answer is no. No. We tragically lost Diogo in July. We're in January. Every single one of us in our lives, in our working lives, in our family lives, has lost somebody we all love. And it's terrible and it lasts with you a long time. But this is not a get out of jail free card for this shy from the manager. This is on him. This is on the manager. Make no mistake about that. This is on him, his shit tactics, his shit sessions, the way he sets the team up. This is on Arne. ESG Soccer said, nobody's playing football. My middle school coach would say we're playing too slow on the ball. Move it. Why practice rondos for this BS? Slow. If the players are not responding to him and he refuses to resign, surely FSG has to act. Mac has spoken, and I'm sure many more will come. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in that dressing room now, to hear what's really being said in there between the players and the manager. Like, really being said, not the narrative that'll be put out there into the media. What's really being said? Because I guarantee you there's some questioning of each other, of performances, of standards, of effort. Because you couldn't be happy being in that dressing room at half-time, could you? HFMCE said if the players are not responding to him and he refuses to resign, surely FSG has to act. Lewis said if we get anything out of this, it'll be from the media. It's 9 games unbeaten, which doesn't show the true story of this situation. Exactly. The story of it is that the manager hasn't got a Scooby-Doo. The players aren't responding to him because his tactics are shite. That should be the story. That should be the narrative. There's no style, no substance, no identity. So if we get something from it, and let's hope we do, because we're Liverpool fans, we want a result. Don't let it hide the fact that this man's out of his depth. Patrick said the owner's decision will be based on where we finish this season. If we don't get Champions League football, I want him out. By the way, Craig, you always make my day. Look, I can't speak for FSG or can't second guess what they're thinking. All I can say is, if I own a football club and I've invested the money that they have in the playing stars that they have, yes, you'll give it 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. You'll give it a bit of time to see if it settles. But if you know anything about football and you're looking at this, and Hughes and Edwards are football men, they're not idiots. They're going to be reporting back to Arnold or to John and Tom and Mike Gordon that this is bullshit. This is monotonous. There is no style. There is no substance. There is no fight. There is no ingenuity. There is nothing. No plus column. Shift from set pieces. Conceding way too early. Giving up too many chances. Players not knowing what they're supposed to be doing. That's where we're at. That is the truth of the Liverpool situation right now. Chaz Wazzer said, I've been defending Slot as a United fan. I thought with this team he could turn it around, but I've seen absolutely no change in this run of horrid form. Because there hasn't been. We've won some games like we did at the start of the season, but nothing has been convincing, mate. And nothing has ever looked like it's anything other than moments. Moments. There hasn't been a good 90-minute spell for the entire season. Paro said, Soboslai needs that armband now. Slot needs to go and manage Burnley. This has been an unbearable to watch. Genuinely, what the fuck, said Roger. And thank you, Roger, for 19 months with us. VI Joker said, our tempo is too damn slow. And thank you, mate, for 22 months. The Emir said, does nobody in this team have the guts to take on and try to be players by dribbling? Yeah, we do. His name's Jeremy Frimpong and he's on the bench. That's genuinely the only answer I have for you at the minute. And Rio Engamoa, another option, but guess where he is? On the bench. Let's see if he does that in a half time. Mark, thank you. Appreciate you. Mark Chester. Fuzzball football, embarrassing to watch, said Danny Yelloweye. Boring. Just so bad. Wake up, boys, said Sebastian. N15 said Arna is running out of people to throw under the bus. It'll be the club going under at next point. If we sack Slot, Craig, do you want to take over? Do you know what? You know the way you joke normally and go, no. I'm telling you now, I don't think I'd do any worse. I don't think you'd do any worse. I don't think anybody that's been involved in football that has a bit of charisma and a bit of charm that could get into the players and actually build up their confidence could do worse. I don't, really. I don't. So yes, I think I could do better. I genuinely do. I'm not saying I know as much about football as Arna. Clearly I do not. But this is bullshit. And I do know that I'd be in that dressing room now telling a few home truths and making some damn changes. Or I'd be hearing back that we don't care, Gaffer, we just don't believe in you anymore. But either way, either one of those two situations still isn't good enough, because there is a problem at this football club. It is starting to rot from the inside out, and we can't just keep ignoring it and hoping and hoping. And like I've said many times over the years, we can't keep writing away seasons as fans. When you buy your season tickets, when you buy your jerseys, when you buy your Sky subscriptions, when you book your trips over, you can't keep writing off seasons. Because, yeah, the club might be getting more valuable to the owners and Champions League football might keep the money rolling in. But if you want those hospitality seats filled, if you want that expensive money coming in, then you best play some entertaining football, because people aren't just going to watch for the sake of it. So we can't get cocky here. Liverpool fans know what they like, and it's a decent, attacking, pass and move brand of football. This ain't it. Liverpool fans want fight in their team. This ain't it. We're not arrogant. We don't want Brazil 1970s. But we do want basic, decent football and an identity, which we're seriously lacking. This is all on slot. It's obvious that the players have been instructed not to attack, make runs. They want to pass the other team to death. Nearly there, lads. Keep going. Creating lots of chances. Only a matter of time. Yeah, imagine if you were in the dressing room and he was saying that. I honestly, if he was saying that in the dressing room, I think I'd take my lad out and go over and piss on his shoes. Honestly, if he was saying that to me, because that's what I think of his opinion. I just whip it out and I just piss on his shoes right in front of him and say, that's what I think of you and your fucking opinions, mate, because you're full of it. In his press conference, Slot looking more stressed. He knows. I'm sure he knows his job's going. And this is like what I'm saying. We're all supposed to just do the happy play along stuff again. As if everything's cool and okay and we don't know that he's out of his depth. Just Gakpo up there and a bunch of midfielders who want to pass around, no attacking presence. Look at the players' faces. There's no dressing room, said Nessie. Set up not to lose. How's that working, Arna? I always stay positive, but F me. Get this guy out. Bobby, it's impossible. And it's soul destroying. Like, every one of us is sitting here dreading the next 45 minutes. Dreading the game against Arsenal. Like, that isn't a feeling you want as a fan. You want to feel at the very least going into each game, you're going to see a performance that's full of fight and endeavour. A performance that's going to at least show you the passion that you feel as a fan. But everything right now just feels flat. Pokemon, thank you. We're just boring to watch now. Hate match days. At least with the Leeds game, I was having a few points with my dad, who's a Leeds fan. Slot ball, the natural way to fall asleep, said Christian U Ministry. Paddy Wacker said, forget being on the beach. Canada's on regular holidays to no man's land. Bradley, our best defender for weeks now. Get him the F out now. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. Who needs Valium when we have this? If there's any spare going, feel free to drop some around. I'll never say no. Here is their singing bedtime melody. Soft kitty. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Oh shit, maybe we should get one of those big JML speakers and put it outside their door and blare out Soft Kitty. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. And maybe Fulham will fall asleep and they won't come out for the second half and maybe we'll get a win by default. Seems as good as Arna's plan. LFC Gamer Vlog said you're speaking facts, Craig, on slot, but deluded fanboys and kiss-ass journos can't handle home truths. That's why their knickers are in a twist. And again, I spelled the word KNICKERS for anybody who is in any doubt of that. So again, let me read this out to you. James Pearce, esteemed journalist of The Athletic, formerly of The Echo. Those with short memories and little patience who were calling for change have been muted as Slot has breathed new life into a managerial reign which had veered so alarmingly off course. New life. So alarming. Off course it was, but it's all gravy now. Yep, I've got messages after messages coming into me from Liverpool fans that I know from different parts of the world on WhatsApp, all saying the same thing. Craig, WTF, what the fuck is this? Never before in my life have I rathered watch Arsenal, I think you've said. I want all players to succeed, but this Wirtz fella is a flop. Needs to be more consistent with more goals and assists. 125 million for this. Well, we didn't pay 125 million for him. So if we're going to start, at least let's start somewhere from the vein of truth. It was about 116. But either way, he wasn't brought in to be everything. He needs attackers around him and players to work off him, and he doesn't have that. And this manager seems incapable of playing attacking football. A belated new year, bro. Hope yours went well. Dark times for us. How is it going? How are we so slow moving the ball forwards? Why are we waiting for teams to get into their shape after we win the ball in midfield? Exactly. Playing it right in front of them, giving us no space to work in behind. Whereas if you look at their goal and the one chance we did, it came from quick move and one ball through the middle and a timed run. Say it out loud, mate. Don't hold it, said Pittside. Second half about to get underway. If you can, folks, do hit that subscribe button for me. We really do appreciate your support. We'll have our match reaction, player ratings video, and a late night agenda coming up tonight, where you never know what the news might be, so do make sure to come and join us. Right, we're underway, second half. Some immediate Liverpool ambitious claims for a handball, I think, in there. Jones has now gone down with a knee in the back. Can anybody get to the byline screaming for a winger who doesn't cut inside, i.e. not Gakpo? Craig, I hate to say this, but I think Jose would fit this team and make them way better. Sorry for the suggestion. It's alright, mate. You're entitled to your view. Arna Slot, nah, said 3-striped Liverbird. Craig, I heard your comments on the Slot Agenda troll situation. You should say what you think. That's why we love you. Cheers, David. I do, and I will, mate. I just doubted myself for a little bit because I was in a bad headspace and I wasn't doing well on a personal level. But I'm not going to doubt myself anymore because, like I said, I say what I feel and I say what I see. And, I've always promised honesty. And if this picks up, I'll be the first one to say it. But it's tough going at the minute. Right, we're coming up to 46 minutes 30, at which time I will sync up for everybody. So we are now at 46 minutes and 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Liverpool with a half chance. Goal! No, is he off? Offside. Fuck! Low cross, drilled across from Kirkes. Gakpo was off. He looked 2 or 3 yards off straight away. So I've no doubts this is the correct call. Fulham kind of make a mess of a clearance. Yeah, he's miles off. Comes to Kirkes, who fires in a low ball. Gakpo scores, but he's a good 3-4 yards offside. But this, man, you don't know how much that means to me. You don't. And you don't know how many kind emails and messages of support I did get during that time as well. And they all meant a lot. This can't be allowed to continue until the summer, said Andy. And thank you, Andy, for being a member with us for 4 months. We miss Luis Diaz. And we do, absolutely. We do miss his energy and his unpredictability as well from Diaz. Score all different kinds of goals. Right, free kick to Liverpool there. Jones fouled. So sick of every game being such a major struggle, said Blizzard. Human race. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. I wish we've lost the Wolves. Maybe he'd been out, said D Thugs. And how horrible is that, mate, that, there are people feeling that way. And I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. You're entitled to feel how you feel. For me, it was the Forest game. That was the one where there was that was it. Should have been gone that night for me. Chiesa, Frimpong and Ngamoa on the bench. What the fuck, said Footy Banter. Carl said, Craig, I politely disagree on one point, that the players aren't responding to Arna. I think they're doing exactly what they've been instructed. When I say that the players aren't responding, what I mean is, I don't think they're doing the extra. I don't think they're busting a gut for them. I don't think they're going out there feeling like they're about to go to war. Oh, Fulham on the attack. Ball across. Thankfully, Allison comes, slides and cuts it out as Fulham had carved us open again. That's what I mean. I've no doubt they're following instructions, but I don't think they are going out there feeling like they're about to run through a brick wall, or feeling invincible, or feeling like they're ready to go into the trenches. And if you remember Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain's interview, he said that's how they felt every game with Jurgen. Like, you were going out there and you were winning. It doesn't matter. You're going to find a way. Jermid said, I fear that there's a lot more to change as well as the coach going forward. Our defence is so weak, I think it's turning into a real problem. Well, we'll talk about potential defensive reinforcements in tonight's late night agenda, where we'll be talking about Joel Ordonez and a few others. So make sure you're back with us, mate. 8:45 tonight for that one. Jones, Gravenberch, McAllister. Free kick Liverpool in a nice shooting position here. This is perfect for Szoboszlai Wirtz. It's about 25 yards out, slightly left of central. And I'd be licking my lips at this if I was a free kick taker. Zoidberg said, this is no longer on Slot. He has shown he's not good. This is on Edwards and Hughes. No Liverpool coach should expect to keep the job after multiple losses at Anfield, but Hughes is keeping him in. I've said that a few times, mate. I wonder, are they unwilling to admit they've made a mistake? Or is it a case of, who do we bring in if they do fire him? At this point, get hiding at anyone to just do the basics for the time being to steady the ship. Terminate Canade's contract and sack that flange. Antonio Alvarez said, screw the results. Arna must be fired for making Anfield a library last game. 2 goalkeepers on the bench tells you everything, said Christian Berry. I find myself looking at my phone, not the football, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, look, I find myself just hoping, mate, going into every game and not expecting. That's a weird state of mind. Again, as defending champions, we're coming into this game and every game and hoping rather than expecting. Right, come on, Dom. This could be one of those moments. Free kick for Dom. About 25 yards out. Left side of the D. Leno's giving him the right side. Leno's taking a step to his left. And he's dragged it wide. See, here's what look, Dom's a good dead ball striker. We know that. But I don't understand why he's gone for the keeper side here. I mean, he's never gotten that anywhere near the goal, to be fair. It's gone about 4 or 5 yards wide. But why not try to get up and down over the wall side? You had the distance and the keeper had given you the space. Going to the keeper side, I don't get it. But he didn't get it on target either way, so it's irregardless. Right, Bradley now. He breaks to the byline, puts in a low cross, cleared by Leeds. Fulham. Second ball back to Szoboszlai. Reverses it to Bradley. Bradley back to Dom. Dom puts in a cross, headed away by Fulham. Gravenberch, back out to Dom again. Dom wins the corner. Come on, boys! Corner to Liverpool near side. The names, Glenuth said, from heavy metal football to K-pop. How long do you think Slot has? Well, look, my information a week ago was that he's gone in the summer. If something changes between now and then, it may come down to the availability of somebody. But either way, I think come the summer, he's gone. That's the very latest. Corner, Soboslai, ball in. Header, Paul. Oh, crossbar! Crossbar rattled. Shit. Unlucky. Another Liverpool corner. Fuck, that was unlucky. Corner in. Macca gets a header. I should be scoring that. Macca finds a yard of space. A little pushing the defenders back to get himself that half yard of space. And then it hits the bar. He should have scored. Second corner doesn't beat the first man from Dom, and it's cleared for Liverpool throw in. Another cross in. Headed away by Fulham. Second ball headed away now. Smith Rowe has it. What's that now? 102 set pieces with one goal from it. 103 maybe. Unlucky that though. Anthony Robinson. Smith Rowe. Back inside to Wilson. Smith Rowe back to Harry Wilson. Fulham tries to play a through ball. Wilson gets into a tangle on the edge of our penalty area with Bradley. He goes to ground wanting a free kick. Referee says nothing doing, and it'll be a Liverpool goal kick. Do I have to watch another 45 minutes of this? Said Brian Walsh. You could just stay and have a chat with me, Brian. 2 years ago, Slot comes in and says he's not going to change much of Klopp's style. 2 years later, there's no way look less like Klopp's Liverpool. Yep. I very, very much agree with you on that one, mate. This is what I think Stargirl said a while ago. Is what happened to that? What happened to that brand of football that was supposed to be, very similar, that he was brought in for? Because we now look so far removed from that style. Brian said, I feel terrible that I'm hesitating between rooting for a win and hoping for a loss to Bury. Slot. You know things aren't going well when a 1-0 score feels insurmountable. Tough mess. And thank you to everybody for their comments. Do keep them coming in, chat. And if you are... I was going to say if you're enjoying the game, but how could you be doing that right now as a Red? If you enjoy the channel, do remember, hit that subscribe button for me, folks. It means the world to us as we try to grow into to become that first 1 million subscriber Liverpool channel. Every single one of your subscriptions helps. And don't forget to drop a like on the stream as well. Right, free kick that's taken quickly by Dom. It's well taken as well. Out to Wirtz left side. Wirtz cuts in. Still Wirtz. It just takes too much out of the ball. That is one facet of his game, by the way, that for anybody that has given out about Wirtz, I can't disagree on. And it's the one thing I will concede on. He needs to get the ball out of his feet quicker at times. And he tries to take on one or two men too many, where there's a chance to get an earlier shot away or a pass. That is the one thing I'll concede on with Wirtz. Bradley now. Into Wirtz. Goal. Flags up. Offside again. So Fulham give the ball away. Bradley gets it. Yep. He's off. He looks like he's about half a yard off, leaning with his knee. We'll just wait for the confirmation. Or a miracle. We're still waiting on a check. Referees telling everyone to relax. Are we going to get a nice little happy moment here? He looked offside, but I'll happily take it if he's on. I thought semi-automated VAR was supposed to be quick, but this must be close. Must be close because the ref's doing this like. Still waiting. Come on, a little bit of luck. Come on. Something go our way. Come on. Still waiting. Goal! Goal! 1-1. Goal! Given. Yes, gets in. Wirtz goal 1-1. Come on! Goal given 1-1. Come on! That is mad. Because you'd looking. I'm delighted it's been given, but. Ooh. Let's see how close that is sideways. Oh, lads. Ooh. Come on. Come on. Let's go turn this round. Shane said, how much more can the board take? I'm close now. Simon Crow said, Craig, everyone can see how biased and upslots behind they are. I can see it, and I'm a United supporter. The media would say sack Amram quicker than they would sack Slot. You're a great man, Craig. I miss Klopp's direct attacking football. Thank you, Freddie. Look, I'm just happy we're back in this at 1-1. Come on, let's go get a winner. Hopefully that gives us the impetus to push on. And well done, Connor Bradley, by the way, as well, for bursting in to take that ball and win it in the middle of the pitch. Come on, boys. Jeez, Allison nearly he put his foot over the ball and then had to scramble back. Jeez, we're playing dangerous balls across the back line. Come on. Right. Soboslai. Fulham go back to the keeper, who slices it out. Now it seems to be all Liverpool. Come on, boys. McAllister. Jones. Gravenberg. Wirtz, another low cross in, drilled back to Wirtz again. Fulham clear it. Now the pressure's starting to mount. Come on, boys. Canade fouled, free kick Liverpool. Raul Jimenez not happy with it. Swear to God, lads, I'm still baffled that's onside. Like, I'm delighted it's onside, don't get me wrong, but I'm still baffled it is, because every time I look at the replay, it still feels like he's off, but I'm happy to take it. Gakpo now. Strike! Ooh. Drags it wide of the keeper's right-hand post. Wishing on a decision. This is not Liverpool. Yeah, I know. I did feel a bit guilty about that myself, mate. Sitting there praying, hoping, wishing, like you've said. Wishing for a referee decision to go our way. Wish. But look, it either is or isn't offside. You or I don't make that decision. But yeah, look, I hope we can go on and win it now. Players taking matters into their own hands now, said Nessie. It does feel a bit like that, doesn't it? Like they're just kind of like, well, we're letting the handbrake off now. Jones, good strength by him. Ball through. Ah, it's too close. Leno comes out and grabs it. Come on, boys. Now Fulham's starting to look a bit rattled. Come on. Kearney. Wilson. Anderson. See, Brian, that I agree with. Brian said whatever the result, this should have no bearing on Slot's future. People are going to call us mental for saying that, Brian. But I'd like to see if people in the chat agree with you because, again, I say if we win this, it's in spite of Slot, not because of him. But then people that are backing the manager would say that we just wouldn't give him credit. So, interested to see what others think. Another cross in from Anthony Robinson, hooked away. Throw in Fulham. So what are we saying, folks? Do we agree with Brian? Regardless of the result, should this have any bearing on the manager's future or not? Let me know in the chat. I agree, said Roger. Leona said completely agree. I agree with Brian, said Billy Beckner. Tanya, agree. I agree. Slot should go regardless of the result, said Misty. I agree, said Robert. And I'm not cherry picking the answers here, by the way. I'm reading them one after the other. Newcastle scored there. Bruno Guimaraes in their game. They're 1-0 up against Palace, 71 minutes. Gravenberch. They shouldn't let him finish the game, said Suleiman. I agree, said Marty. Unbeaten in 9, said No Lie Eli. Agree. Nope, said Anthony. In spite of Slot want him gone this evening, said Leona. Get him gone, said Richie Burt. I agree, said Stephen Bosworth. Suleiman said yes. Agree with Brian, said Tree Slipe Liverbird. I agree, said Nessie. Agreed, said Kilo. I thought a while ago he wasn't the right fit, said Anfield Arts. Agreed, Slot should go, said Raekwon the chef. Totally agree, said Shane Bennett. Stan Padley said I agree. Corner here to Liverpool. Come on, boys. Come on. Heading towards the last quarter of this one. Soboslai with the corner near side. Coach Stephen, how are you, mate? Said new subscriber, 50 years Liverpool fan, and this year's the first. This time the footy is on in the background while I do other things. The only way it seems like I've not wasted my time. Well, thank you for being with us, Coach Stephen, and I do hope life is good with you, sir. Appreciate your support. Come on. Oh. Gakpo wants a corner. He feels like it took a deflection. He gets to the byline. Tight angle. He tries to steer it in at the near post. Did it take a nick? Let's have a look. I didn't see that come off anyone. Let's have a look from this angle. Maybe it did, actually. Maybe it did come off number 15's foot. I don't know, but either way, goal kick given. Get rid now, said Mike Mansour. Eddie Cox-Wilkins. Eddie agrees. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate you as always, mate. Right. We are in the final quarter of the game, ladies and gentlemen. It is 1-1 at Craven Cottage as things stand. Liverpool's goal from Florian Wirtz. Assist, if my memory is correct, from Bradley. Fulham's opening goal scored by former Liverpool player Harry Wilson. Kirkes defends well. Lets that go behind. Liverpool goal kick. Still no changes from the gaffer, by the way. It looks like Sunderland have equalised at Spurs gaff. Yeah, Brobery 1-1 in that game. Spurs 1, Sunderland 1. Offside flag up there against Liverpool. Right, come on. Fulham out to Smith Rowe now in the left channel. Canade goes across. Smith Rowe goes back to Anthony Robinson. Ball inside. Again, let's see if Arna makes changes and what changes he makes. You've got Rio there. You've got Chiesa there. You've got Frimpong seems the obvious one. Castagna to Wilson. Cross in. Cleared by Canade. Second ball breaks out of the box. Wirtz gets a head on it. Fulham win the second ball. It's back out to Smith Rowe. Bevan, Jake still winning money over on Big Up. We love that. Chudy, well in you, mate. Still doing well in the predictions. Dan up to $42. Well in, Dan. Congratulations to anybody who is doing well. Naturalist still in the profit. Well in. Well done to anybody who's winning. Remember, predictions is a sweepstakes game on Big Up that we will be doing for every single Liverpool game. So make sure that you come and join us by scanning the QR code in the bottom corner, going to bigup.com or downloading the iOS app, and it is an 18 over product. 18 years of age and over, I should say. Excuse me. 20 minutes to go. Come on, Arna. Let's make some changes. Let's get a bit of extra energy into this team. A reminder, your Liverpool bench today, apart from the goalkeepers, Gomez, Chiesa, Robbo, Frimpong, Nioni, Ramsey and Engamoa. They're the options for the manager off the bench. It was Bradley at his ankles clipped there, which seen Fulham get a yellow card. Harry Wilson it was that tripped him, stopping the counter. Canade. Bradley again. Gravenberch dispossessed this time. Robinson inside. Fulham moving out wide right now. Wilson strike. Takes a deflection and goes behind for a Fulham corner. Still a bag of nerves, lads. I don't know if I'm on my own here, but I'm still a bag of nerves. I would personally wait until the end of the season. I believe a manager will be more willing to move plus top World Club managers. For me, though, my point would be I bring in a caretaker in the meantime because I don't think they could do any worse than a manager who knows his future's not going to be here and the players who know the manager's future's not going to be here. So that, for me, is why I would make the move right now, or I would have done it after the Forest game. Rio and Frimpong, said Roger. Dean for the subs. Thank you, Roger. Cross in. Canade does well with the first clearance. Second ball back out to Wilson. Wilson dinks in a cross. Cleared away by Liverpool. And then the worst attempted bicycle kick you've seen in your life from Raul Jimenez that goes about 18 yards wide. 73 minutes gone. Almost 73 minutes gone. Fulham about to make a double change. Kearney coming off. He gives the armband to Anderson. So Tom Kearney coming off. Do you know what I will say about this game, lads? Both the goals, the offside processes for VAR took too long. You know? They both ended up in goals, but the processes were just way too long. So 2 substitutions made. I think that's Kevin coming on for Fulham there as well. Keep an eye on this Kevin lad. He looks like a really talented player. Frimpong's getting ready in the back. I can see Frimpong getting stripped off and ready to come on. So you can expect Jeremy soon. Cuenca hooks that one away for Fulham. It will be another Liverpool corner, which Szoboszlai wants to take quickly. Puts it in. Doesn't beat the first man again, Dom. How many fucking times, Dom? Bradley. How many times has Szoboszlai hit the first man from a corner when he tries to go anywhere but deep? Throw into Liverpool. Mr. Racentino said he should have been fired in December. Bring in Stevie as a caretaker, and if he wants to stay as assistant, slop all gives me anxiety. So one of the people I spoke to said they don't want to give Gerrard the job on an interim basis in case he does well and there's a groundswell of support to give him the job permanently, because everybody knows deep down that that would be the wrong decision. But for me, I'd still give him the job on a temporary basis. I would. With a clear understanding that it doesn't matter if he wins the Champions League, the FA Cup, or anything else. It's not his job. Right, Wirtz coming off for Frimpong. Now, this I understand, because obviously we know Wirtz was carrying a knock. So, not surprised that he's coming off for Frimpong, but well done, Flo. 2 goals in 2 games. So, well done to you. And he's replaced by Frimpong. And again, this will have been probably something that was preordained because of the fitness issues. And with the Arsenal game as well coming up. 14 plus stoppage time to go. Still on the one change though. I mean, so Frimpong's gone into that wide right position now ahead of Connor Bradley. Anthony Robinson. He plays the ball in over the top. Wilson. Fulham have hit the crossbar and Virgil hooks it away from under his own goal line. We should have been 2-1 down. We are blessed, lads. We are fucking blessed. Thank God. That should have been 2-1. It's a beautifully timed run that had Canade all over the shop. Jimenez, Alisson comes out, doesn't hold the ball, drops to Wilson. He dinks it over, hits the crossbar, and then Virgil hooks it back over. Oh, that was just pure luck. Alisson should have held on to that for a start. And then Wilson, 6 yards lower, and that's 2-1. We are living on our nerves again. Fuck me. Corner in from Lukic. Cleared away from Liverpool at the near post. Wilson recycles it. Wilson, another ball across. Ball goes out, Liverpool goal kick. Virgil and Canade asleep again. Yep. Oh, lads, we're so fortunate. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. And hopefully we can rob a winner. Robinson now on the attack. Ball in field. Be a Fulham throw-in down by the corner flag, near side. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, boys. 11 to go. Robinson, ball pulled back. Kevin, blocked. And thankfully ends up in the arms of Allison. Fuck me. We're under the cosh here in the last few minutes as well. Soboslai. Jones. Gravenberch to McAllister. Frimpong. McAllister. Canade. Again, it's all very in front of Fulham and very side to side. Move it quicker. Kirkes back to Virgil. Out left side. Now we've an isolated Jones who does well to cut in field. McAllister. Drive forward, Macca. Drive forward. Out to Bradley. Frimpong. His cross is overhit. It goes behind for a Fulham goal kick. Are you not entertained? Said nobody. Where's Ekatike? He's out with a minor knock. Right, goal kick Fulham. Lennox take it. Another goal for Brentford. They're now 4-1 up at the Hill Dickinson against the Blue and White Shite. Jones. McAllister. To Virgil. Canade again. McAllister. He tries a dinked ball over the top. Fulham deal with it. Hooked away by Anthony Robinson. 8 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Anderson. He goes across to Castagna. Back to Anderson. Another Fulham throw in. 7.5 to go. Still no sign of any more activity on the bench from Arna. The lack of respect for Chiesa and Rio is shocking, said James Hart. It is, mate. It absolutely is. Especially when you're in a game where it might get stretched and Rio or Chiesa's pace could give us a chance. Our level dropped after Wirtz came off, said Suleiman. As I'm going to say this clearly and out loud, a draw's not worth a shite to us. It's better than a loss, obviously, but we've Arsenal away coming up on Thursday as well, and this is just uninspiring nonsense. Grab a winner. Come on, boys. There's still time. We don't deserve it, but who cares? Grab one. Come on. Gakpo slips in the lines. Kirkes drives it across. Fulham clear it. Daniel said, can you work out the tactics? Baffled. No idea. Yeah, give the ball to players and hope for the best. And I'm not even trying to be smart, Daniel, because that feels like all it is keep possession and hope that somebody out there spots something or creates a moment of magic. Of all the fringe players that we've ever had to work for minutes, Chiesa will go down in history as the biggest head scratcher. Baffling. I hate it for him, said the Bumba Dog. Thank you, mate. Rabadan said, remember 20 minutes ago when we were quite good for about 15 minutes? Those were good times. They were, mate, yes. They were good. Glorious few minutes there. Harry Wilson gone off now for Fulham. Bring on Adama, Traore. So they're doing their best, you know. They're trying to help us out. Taking off Wilson, bringing on Adama. Now Raul Jimenez coming off. Oh, Chiesa's about to come on for his usual big five. Kusi Acer and Traore on for Fulham. But it's okay. Fede's about to be unleashed for the big five because the manager likes him as a man and as a player. And Curtis Jones is coming off. Come on, Fede. Grab a winner, mate, and ram it down the manager's throat. Come on. Do it for us, bro. Do it for us. Score a winner, over to the sideline, give it a full Ric Flair whoo and Arna's face. And then a bit of eastbound and down, suck these nuts, and then we'll all celebrate with you. Come on. A full one of these. With a big whoo. Come on, Fede. Kirkes plays the ball across. Castagna hooks it back forward. Frimpong, he runs out of pitch. Ball goes out. Jeremy hits the advertising hoarding. Thankfully, he's all right. He's back. Fulham throw in. Castagna now. Out to Adama. Just under 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go with Craven Cottage. Still 1-1. Wirtz the scorer for Liverpool. Harry Wilson the scorer for Fulham. Both after long VAR checks. So I would imagine in the second half with that goal there'll be at least 5 or 6. Adama now. Puts in a cross. Headed away by Bradley. The fact he was even able to get in across there is shocking. Kevin goes back out. Ball in by Anthony Robinson. Hooked away by Dominic Szoboszlai. As it's Fulham, they seem to be pushing here. It's back with Leno. 3 minutes to go. Do you think the players rate slow? Honestly, Cameron, no. I don't. I don't think Maka does. I don't think Salah does. I certainly don't think... No, I would say more... If I was to split that rest, I would say there's more no's than there is yeses. But you'll never know the answer to it, because we'll never get a public answer because of, the players rightly, professionally won't speak out. Fulham throw in. around the edge of the Liverpool penalty area, kind of in line with that. Anthony Robinson looked like he's getting ready to take a long one. Throw in. Short. Robinson just about scurries to keep it in. Back to him. Frimpong's there with him. Robinson goes around the outside, puts in a cross. Hooked away on the far side by Milos Kerkez. Another throw in. There's some appeals for a handball, but I think they're far-fetched. Yeah, no handball there. Came off his chest and his knee. Come on, boys. Right, after a stupidly long check for nothing again, we're back on their way. Cross in. Liverpool clear the first one. Kevin recycles the ball for Fulham. Bradley dispossesses him. Well done, Connor. He then gets dispossessed. Then he wins it back. Now it's with Gravenberch. Inside the final minute of normal time. Finished Newcastle 2, Palace 0, Spurs 1, Sunderland 1, and Everton 2, Brentford 4 in the other games. Alisson passes a ball, again nearly to the wrong man. Alisson's head's been all over the place recently. His distribution's been shocking. Ball over the top looking for Chiesa. Anderson defends it. Fulham now on the attack. Well done. Well done, Kirkes stepping in to win it. Come on, boys. Silly ball in there. Offside would have went up anyway. And it does. Free kick. 7 minutes added on. 7 minutes added on at Craven Cottage at the end, folks. 7 minutes. Again, well done, Bradley. He's had to defend Anthony Robinson. Referee gives a free kick to Liverpool there for a foul by Robinson. We've almost had one of the 7. Liverpool looking to get on with it quickly now. Virgil in possession. Again, do keep hitting that subscribe button, folks. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Gakpo, Kirkes, cross in. Anderson clears it. Adam is fouled by Liverpool player. Held him back. Free kick. Fulham. Fulham about to make another change. We're still waiting for this change, by the way, eventually. Here it comes. It's Lukic off to be replaced by Reed. Harrison Reed on for Lukic. Right, so free kick to Fulham inside their own half. 5 minutes of the stoppage time plus whatever else the ref adds on to go. Still Fulham who look more likely as they're pushing. And how am I praying that we hang on at Craven Cottage? Like, how has it got to this that I'm sitting here, fingers crossed, literally hoping we can hang on for a point at Craven Cottage? Fuck me. Throw into Liverpool. Halfway inside our own half. Bradley takes it to Gravenberch. Frimpong, he does well. Then he takes a heavy touch. Bradley. McAllister. He turns infield. Spreads it out left-hand side to Kirkes. Kirkes to Gakpo. Back to Virgil. Canade. Bradley. Again, we're not going anywhere. Jesus, we're still in the halfway line. Fuck me. Virgil. Kirkes. Gakpo. Gravenberch. Bradley. Frimpong. Cross in. Goal! We've won it! Gets in! Cody Gakpo at the far post. Whoop whoop! 2-1. Gets in. That'll do. That'll do. 2-1. Late winner. Far post. Frimpong cross. Thank you very much. Gets in. Gets in! Oh. Gakpo about to pick up a yellow as well for taking his top off. Oh, yes. Whoop, whoop. No chance of this being off. He's a good yard and a half onside. Well done, Cody. Defender couldn't cut it out. Ball gets out to Bradley or Frimpong. He puts in an early cross. And there he is at the back post to touch it in. Liverpool win it at the death. We will take that every day. Shocking defending from Fulham. Anderson should have cut that out, but I don't give a shite. 2-1 to the Reds. Come on. Gakpo's now immediately coming off for Joe Gomez. Come on. In spite of Slot, we've won this. Come on. Great delivery from Frimpong as well, by the way. Like we've said, early crosses across the front of the 6-yard box. Smith Rowe now. Strike. 2-2. 2-all. They fucking equalised already. They fucking equalised. We did it already! Not a minute! Not 1 minute! And he still managed to bring on a defender for an attacker and still managed to fucking shit the bed. He's an absolute donkey. It's an incredible strike from Reed, I think it was actually. It's an incredible strike. But again, he was given a space to do it. These lads are... How do you give him the fucking space to shoot from there? Look at the space! Look at it! There's about 20... I'm not exaggerating. He's got about 20 yards before anyone goes near him. Oh, lads. 20 yards! 20 yards! No one near him. Now, it is an unbelievable strike. Don't take away from the strike. It's unbelievable. But by God, we are idiots. How? How? For the fucker now! This is so embarrassing, bro. Can't keep doing this to my mental health, and people disrespect one of the best players in Liverpool history to back this dog shit manager. Get him gone, please. Mr. Asentino, that's all coaching. So did you see the first thing he did, by the way? Is he went straight into pussy mode, took off Gakpo, put on Joe Gomez, and then within a minute, it's 2-2. Sack him now, tonight. Who gave Reed the space for the goal? I don't know. Everyone. Like, if you haven't seen the goal, I promise you, you won't see a Liverpool player within 15 yards of the man who scored the goal. Give Reed all the credit in the world for the strike because it was a beauty and he deserves it. Not trying to take away from it from a Fulham perspective. But from our perspective, it's brain dead stuff again. Brain dead stuff. Brain dead. How many times are we going to stand off players and let them shoot? Aaron said, can't be upset with Reed. Thought, what a worldie. Can't be upset? Oh, mate, of course I can be upset. Absolute worldie of a strike from Reed. Full credit to him. He buried it. No, I'm not trying to in any way take away from the quality of the strike. But God almighty, we are idiots. Another game we've thrown away a defeat. Did it at Ellen Road. Done it again at Craven Cottage. Sack this man tonight. John, Tom, sack him. Biggest problem is all players stick up in one line. That's a replica of Macca's versus Fulham 2 years ago, said Lectino. It's all over at Craven Cottage. It finishes Fulham 2, Liverpool 2. Exactly my score prediction that I predicted in the preview. And Liverpool once again somehow managed to throw away a defeat at the end of the game. Cody Gakpo looks shattered, heartbroken on the sidelines. Liverpool fans will again be leaving after another away trip, figuring out how they didn't win the game. Score late and still managed to find a way. Still managed to find a way to implode. Say what you want. The manager has to go. I don't care. Differentiate with me, argue with me all you want. He has to go. He has to be fired. Him and his dull, monotonous bullshit football is just breeding a range of cowardly Liverpool players who aren't doing the fucking basics. Not closing down your man. How many times as Liverpool fans have we had this conversation about not closing your man down and letting them strike? You're defending your own box at the end of the game and you leave a player 20 yards without anybody near him. Unbeaten in 9 though, absolute shit show. I honestly, Luke, I don't care. I don't care about how many were unbeaten in or not. The manager should be fired. He's donezoed. Craig, I almost prayed we lose so we can sack him. James said, what the F is wrong with this team? Keeping a lead, this slot ball is so anticlimactic. Slow pace garbage. The manager won a league with a team using Klopp's tactics. He's coming and changed everything. Craig, if you finish 5th and win nothing at the Europa League next season, or Man United get 4th, do you think FSG will fire Slot? Look, as I said, my understanding is he's getting fired in the summer regardless. I just hope he gets fired before then and we aren't subjected to another 19 or 18 games of this shit. We'll see you for the match reaction, folks, in 60 seconds. Don't forget, thank you to our sponsors, Big Up as well. We'll be playing a predictions game for every single Liverpool fixture. Maybe you can add some positivity to your day because heaven knows watching the Reds these days it's heartbreak city. What a disgrace. We should have won that game. Look, we'll go through it all in the match reaction. I will see you guys I'll see you in 60 seconds. Much love. Thanks for your support.